Dave. Right, we are back once more with another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start with our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as.
Eric Marsh.
We have Cronus as.
Arjuthal.
We have we have Hadan as.
Tilde.
We have Marcus as.
Corvus had a loss.
We have Sammy as.
Gifton, Brockgren, Greysteel.
We have Tobias as.
Caspia Pio.
And you have me, Yuri, as your friendly DM. Who would like to give the recap?
I'll do it.
Okay, go for it.
All right. So last week we picked up in Zaha. We ended up going to see the Fey Lady, or what we found out was Fey Lady Triamon, who we'd previously, or rather Gifton had previously, made a bit of an arrangement to go see. Triamon was revealed to be the daughter of Razem and Oberon. Considers Gifton her stepmother, although Gifton immediately considered her daughter and would not exactly be quiet about that part. Corvus wasn't a big fan of the idea of people talking about his future, telling him stuff about his future, what might happen, and ended up leaving after a while. Whether or not he received reassurances about how the relationship with the Dreamer was going to work out. He ended up having a talk with Echo, a bit of a heart-to-heart / existential crisis, but seemed to end on a fairly nice level. Saying, I love you. The rest of the party kind of hung around. There was brief talk about Raz reclaiming his angelic essence. He essentially said he doesn't really want it, but he appreciates the option. We hung around for a bit longer, and let me see. Yeah, eventually Gifton raised some concerns about Corvus as the avatar of the Dreamer, I guess might be the best term. But we were generally reassured by Triamon with her future knowledge. And then most people left, except for Gifton and Talal, who decided to attend an orgy with Triamon. Gifton may have just been trying to set her up with someone, though. There was a bit of talk.
There to make people unhappy.
Gotta look after my daughter.
Yeah.
There was a bit of talk after that, and then we started going through that week a bit more. Carrick shopped for some more animals. I believe he bought a mimic and a rust monster. And listening to it a couple times, I was still not fully clear if he actually bought a baby Clop or was still deciding at that point. Later, the group.
I will first. I did not myself buy any of the hay and flop-like creatures.
You know, you're having a bunch of those arranged for you all in general.
Yes, we are arranging to bring them forward.
Okay. And then we ended up as a bit of a group. I'm pretty sure everybody was there, but not everybody was talking. Discussed the idea that, hey, we should probably get some extinct animals or ones that there aren't a lot of or have changed over the generations. And Raz mentioned a great migration that evidently we caused. Go us. So we go to Temple, where things are arranged, and we start seeing some of these creatures who will eventually be extinct or near extinct. Endangered is the term I've been trying to remember for
I like to think
45 minutes.
As Raz travels around with us all the time, he's just constantly having a headache, and then he's just remembering something, and then it just makes him more sour. Because he's like, I don't know if I actually knew this already, or if you guys just changed the timeline on me. Either way, I'm irritated.
Gifton, Corvus, Carrick, Argy, I believe, maybe more, donated some money while we were at the temple. And then a priestess arrived with some Sphinx and Scorpion guards, and it turned out to be Jala, daughter of Shala. Shala having been the high priestess that last time we came here. And Jala was like, I totally know what's going on. Hi. By the way, Cass had mentioned some stuff last time she was here. Bye. Oh yeah, and she backed our efforts to ensure we get animals. And then we had a bit of a period where we met with some of them and recruited them to come with us, and it stopped.
Yep. Okay, very good. Go ahead and take yourself a heroic inspiration.
Thank you.
We're going to dive back into the week. I recall, I think, Sammy mentioning there was something that she wanted to happen.
I would have liked to have actually checked our bags like we were supposed to, but I know we were
Yes.
kind of trying to move through things quickly last time,
Okay.
and I just...
Yes, we will actually cover that, because yes, that should have happened pretty early on. So you, the night after sort of first meeting Triamon in the Feywild, you'll end up back at the tavern, and I'm going to assume people do, in fact, check their bags, as they were told to.
Yep.
What each of you will find in your bags is a small bottle of what looks like to be some kind of ale or honey mead. It's hard to tell. The bottle's tinted. There's no sort of label on it. It's just wrapped in a sort of thorny purple rose. Like, actually goes all the way around the bottle. And then, like, the cap is the rose itself. Each of you will also have a little note just saying, with all of my love, Triamon. And Gifton. You see this as well. Pull out this nice bottle. And your note has a little extra writing on it. It just says, act quick. And as you're looking at this note, there is energy sort of wisping out of your bag.
I'm gonna go check my bag.
Okay. The spark of Miris is starting to seep off energy, it looks like.
Oh no!
Unravel, dissipate.
Okay, come here.
As you talk to this, I assume you're gathering it up.
Yeah, I'm gathering it up. Come here.
Okay.
It's okay.
You hold it in your arms.
Yep.
What are you going to do with it?
Come on. The other one just kind of came to me and it went into me. Come on. It's okay.
Are you trying to will it?
Yeah.
I would like you to give me a charisma check, please.
My charisma. Not Carrick. Load the character sheet. I
believe in you. You can do it.
It's loading. Roll 20. Come on, we can do this. I know.
I'm believing in you a little
Why
less.
did you not open it ahead of time?
I thought I did.
Where?
I might have accidentally closed it. You ever close it sometimes?
All the
and you have
time.
it open?
All the goddamn time.
The screen is always too cluttered.
Yeah. And I forget to just minimize it. I always close it.
That button. This button.
It just goes onto my right monitor.
Hey, there you go.
Button.
Okay.
La-dee-da.
Is that if that's a fail? I'm going to use a card.
I don't even have to say if it's fair. I don't even have to say anything. I don't like the number. It's not big enough.
Not big enough.
I don't think we have any confidence in anything below 20 anymore.
I don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we are at that point in the game where we shouldn't. Because, our test should be higher. All right, I'm using a luck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there we go. Fine now.
Right.
Good.
So, the 15 would have been a success with consequences. The 23 is much better. After a moment, you almost get a sense of feeling, emotion from this energy. It's not entirely coherent, it's not distinct, you can't sense motive or thought behind it, but just that feeling of reluctance, guilt.
Come on, your family wants you.
And with your urging, it merges into you. A sort of bright glow passing over you. Even some of that trailing energy that was like drifting away into the air, pulling towards you and coalescing into you as well.
Yay. Pat, pat.
Triplets.
Quadruplets. Come in pairs.
Right.
Hey, I think of names for you.
We're actually gonna find out they're all gonna be combined into Loris.
No, one big baby.
Oh no.
What I wanna do.
See you turn into a giant baby.
Giant baby. So after a brief little crisis there, it looks like, I don't know, maybe there was something the way the spark was taken out, or the time travel might have affected it. Whatever was happening, it was causing it to unravel. But you have averted this event.
Yay.
My attempts to kill Miris continue to fail.
Be right back.
And the next morning, you could, or the same night, you could inform party members about what happened. On whatever you please do. Give you a little secret.
I'm gonna double check.
Actually, I'm gonna say, Sammy,
Bottle looked like
I feel compelled. To
you
keep it
have a
secret.
strange urge to keep it secret.
I don't say anything about it. I feel like that would be
Keep it
fitting. I'm not
safe.
gonna say
Keep
anything.
it safe.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
In fact, over the next few days, Gifton, you might just have a little urge to tell harmless fibs.
Uh-huh.
Great.
I've been any different from Gifton normally.
Gifton already does this.
Uh-huh.
Just I feel a little better when I do
It feels good to practice.
it. I'm getting better.
Right. You are.
Question on the bottle, real quick.
Yes.
About how I may have missed this part. About how big was the bottle?
It's not a standard bottle size. It's sort of midway between like a craft ale bottle and a wine bottle.
Okay.
If people can picture that kind of scale. Yes.
Is it like wax sealed, or is it stoppered, or?
As
Got a
far
rose
as you can
covering it.
tell, like the rose grows up around the bottle, and then like the 45 wraps multiple times around the neck, and then the rose is at the top. It's hard to see if there's anything else beneath that stopping the bottle.
Corvus gives a little shake. Is there stuff inside it? Besides
There is
fluid?
liquid. You hear a sloshing.
Yeah. There's not like something like something.
There's no
else in it.
rattling or anything like that. No.
Yeah. And you said it's like a ale bottle, right?
It's an unusual design, so you couldn't really pinpoint. Hey, is this ale? Is this wine? Is this what? It's hard to tell without opening it.
It's floor cleaner.
Also, looks like it would be actually kind of tricky to open without pricking yourself on the thorns.
Corvus is gonna in the room at some point. He's gonna investigate the bottle and its contents.
Are you going to open it up?
Yeah,
Okay. How are you going to go about opening it up?
he has his gloves on as he normally does, and he's being very delicate with it. So he knows that there's vines wrapping, so he's trying to like take the vines and.
Are you
Like,
making sure
on-
Echo's not in the room when you do it? Because I know you probably have your mask on, but you don't know what's in there.
I would probably advise Echo to not be in the room if she's made her own mask.
Yeah,
right now.
Echo is putting out a mask which is styled kind of like yours, but she's like really, really brightly decorated hers.
which you can tell now.
The Corvus kind of stops and
Actually,
looks
no,
at
this
it
is
for a
first night. He
moment.
does not have the
Oh,
creature
this is the
yet.
first
Yeah.
night. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. And he's like trying to slowly unwrap the actual like thorny vines on the neck of the bottle before like pulling off the rose.
Yeah. This is really difficult to do, Corvus. It's almost as if like the thorns on the other side, like the glass pressing thing, are actually sunk into the glass itself. It's like these things are sort of a melded object, but you are able to sort of pry away the rose head a bit. I would like you to go ahead and give me we're going to use sleight of hand. It's a delicate procedure. See if you can preserve the rose. It's not perfect. You lose a couple of petals. There's a like, when you bend the plant a bit and it doesn't quite go back quite right.
Yeah.
But you are able to like avoid tearing it off completely. But yes, this rose did seem to like plug the bottle itself a bit. There's a sort of strange growth from the bottom of it, or
Does
plant
it look
matter.
like it's like root ball.
Essentially.
But Echo, could you go see if there's a glass of water and maybe some sugar somewhere?
Okay.
And he's just gonna gently lay the rose and thorn pile off to the side.
She's gonna go off searching. Right, yeah, you have an open bottle.
Chug.
Drink it.
He's gonna pour a little bit out and do an alchemical check on it.
Okay.
Fertilizer.
You pour the, as far as you can tell, sort of light grey liquid out into what are you pouring it into?
A little like tincture vessel.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and give me a alchemy tool check, please, using your intelligence.
Lick it. Use the geologist way of life.
It certainly burns like alcohol. You're pretty sure this is a kind of alcohol.
Sorry, I have advantage on.
Okay,
any
go ahead and roll again then.
poisons, or something. And alcohol is a poison, so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a poison. Yeah. No. This appears to be, as far as you can tell, because alchemical stuff isn't really going to account for everything.
Yeah.
This is a alcoholic beverage. You don't detect any like nasty elements in it. You can't really tell because alchemical isn't going to tell you exactly what fruit or whatever it's made out of. But yeah, it seems safe.
Checking for toxins, poisons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's safe. It's very high alcohol content.
Okay. I need to cook now. He looks at the rose. Are you supposed to drink this all in one sitting? It's like a wine bottle, so he's just gonna take the rose and if he tries to put it in the neck of the bottle, is it going to crush the rose?
Depends how delicate you are. You want to try guiding it into the neck of the bottle?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You pick it back up and you bring it to the neck of the bottle, and that fine lashes and drags the rose back onto the bottle.
Yeah. Well.
And replugs it.
Okay. Okay. He has this little crucible of fluid left. Whatever is left, he's gonna sip it.
Okay. Very, very, very warm. Tastes sweet, sugary. Tastes what you think the color pink would taste like.
What?
Which is great because he doesn't know what color the alcohol is. So
yeah.
This is, for modern day reference, it's very artificial strawberry almost, but has a very pleasant tone to it.
Yeah.
Hint of rose. This is not wine. This is honeymead is also the incorrect road, but yeah, this is a fruit based spirit.
Sir, for a
Baby
second there,
Kool-Aid.
did you just essentially say artificial strawberry but good?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Heresy.
All right.
Strawberry
He
is
will.
good.
Yeah. He'll just put the bottle back on the shelf and continue with this day.
Okay. Right. Anything people want to take care of specifically during the week?
Not me. I'm visiting my daughter as much as I can before we go.
At some point, over at Archie, we've done the same thing of opening the bottle, mostly because she's interested in how the bottle's sealed.
Okay.
Because she works in a business that sort of a thing.
I would like a sleight of hand from you as well if you're doing that.
Okay.
Or you can tell me how you're opening the bottle if you think another way is applicable.
There is sleight of hand.
Okay. Yep. You managed to pry the rolls off. Little bending, but otherwise comes off just fine. And you two will find there is this very, very bright pink liquid that tastes very sweet, very alcoholic.
She won't care much about the alcohol content. She will make a face this sweet because RG she doesn't like sweet
Mhm.
alcohol. I just like, yeah.
Yeah, the chorus is equally like, yeah, sweet.
Triamon, despite having said, not knowing how long she'll be able to remain here, appears to be available throughout the entirety of the week.
Oh, cool. Lots of visits.
Lots of visits. You'll also during the week see that there is I'm sure you guys would check back in a day or two after. There's a large gathering of essentially they're constructing wagons and so on, or buying wagons to transport some of the smaller creatures. Some of the larger ones will just meander through themselves. They're bright enough. Carrick, yeah.
Well, we had covered the haying creations,
Mhm.
but we had also found some regular animals that are extinct modernly.
Yes.
And I will actually bring up to the group, since we had talked about it, do we want to find some of those also and bring them?
I mean, sounds good to me.
I would defer
Your
to
menagerie.
you for finding
Oh.
them.
I'm not
I
sure
don't think he
about
means to
taking
put in
them
like
home.
his pet area.
No,
If I recall correctly, it was a breed of roadrunner, a type of desert hamster, and
hamster
Yeah, the golden hamster.
and the sidewinder.
Sidewinder.
a sidewinder. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The hamster I might actually add to the because these are not as bad as the other two. I'm not bringing the
Shit.
snakes into the house.
Now,
Oh,
is
come
it-
on. You
is-
can keep them in the same place. That'll work out.
Is it a hamster or is it a hamster?
It's a golden hamster.
Uh,
A golden hamster.
Golden hamster.
It's a laundry
we,
hamper.
we are making the difference between hamster and hamster.
Yes. I think Carrick has the leeway on this one.
Yeah, it's up to Carrick what Carrick wants to do.
I was just seeing if anyone had any againsts.
I'm not against it.
I'm not. I can't say anything. You'll make your own decision.
Just keep it out of mine herbs.
I'm not taking them home. I was thinking of actually bringing them forward to.
Raziel, will actually go. I'm sure Hay would appreciate all three of them, but the snake may be the populace, not so much.
Yes.
What's wrong with the snake?
They bite people.
Yes.
Fuck.
Aren't you a doctor? Have you not? I'm gonna guess that there are some type of poisonous spider,
poisonous,
not spider,
yeah.
snake in Barast.
Oh
No,
yes,
I
there are in
imagine
Barast.
so.
Yes, none particularly like ultra deadly, but you do have venomous snakes. Yes.
I'm gonna go see what I can find out. I'm going to go into the other forum because I might end up with the lizards I have been working with, anyways. And I'm going to start seeing what I can find of those 3. The golden hamster, the
Okay. I would
Roadrunner, and
like.
the Sidewinder.
You can have advantage because while the main story you go to might not have them, they'll probably have contacts that you could acquire them from. So I would like you to go ahead and roll me a. We're just going to call it a persuasion check. It's conversation based.
Persuasion, okay.
Or I will allow you to also do investigation if you wanted. If you
I will
want to go
take
out and
the
manually look.
persuasion.
Okay. Okay. In that case, you will easily be able to find both the Roadrunner and the Golden Hamster.
Okay.
They don't have them themselves, but they point you to another vendor that basically does small critters. While this caravan carries small critters, it's mostly food for the larger ones. Whereas they will point you to a lovely Duergar who actually sells essentially pets, things that are intended to be pets.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The snakes, however, you cannot get in the city.
I'm going to find out if they're not allowed in the city.
Or rather, the only place that you might be able to find one are places that specialize in doing anti-venom. They do have the concept of that here. But it's not guaranteed that they'll have a live specimen of this particular snake,
I'm going to guess that they are not allowed in the city for
They would be
any
killed
other
on
uses.
site, yeah. You
I'm
might
gonna
be
find out
able to
actually
find...
how
Actually, you know what? With that
dangerous they
roll...
are.
With
I'm
that
also trying
roll...
to find out how dangerous they are, so I have an idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let you have this. In fact, no, what I'll do... You're going to have advantage on nature.
Okay. I will make an advantage roll on nature.
Okay, yeah. You will find out that they are pretty damn venomous. It's a basically toxin, much like the real thing. Because it's a fantasy creature, a bit more potent than its real life counterparts. Basically, cause you to bleed out very, very rapidly, thin down your blood. Cause coagulation in other spots. It's a horrible mix of things. But what you will find out from your persuasion is there is a little district in the city that is actually occupied by gnolls. They're not the most common thing, but there is a little populace, and it's not uncommon to find meat supplied from outside the usual means. You could probably find one that knows where to get them.
Okay.
If you wanted to pursue that.
I think it might be a little...
It'd be better to find eggs.
Yeah,
If
I'm
this
just
is the
also...
right, if it's the right season for eggs, that would be better.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
transferring a live, dangerous animal like that,
Mhm.
when we have a whole bunch of
Yeah. I'm actually right now, my concern is just that I think Telday mentioned it, the introduction of a very venomous thing to people who have not dealt with them in who knows how long.
well, also the concept that we're reintroducing multiple prey animals that might not have nearly as many things go after them. So
Yeah.
there is
There's
that.
people
There's
eat the hamsters. I do have
Zaha no more. Don't like Zaha no more.
Bring Corvus along and he'll help you out with it.
I'm trying to find yeah, actually I will. That's actually a good point from Gifton. Finding out if this is the time for eggs, because yes, transporting eggs is far easier than a live specimen.
Okay. We're gonna say that's part of your nature roll. And we're gonna be nice as DM because you rolled very well. Yes, this is a season where you would actually be able to find eggs for them.
Okay. Going to. What is?
You want to head to the Knoll District to find out where they get theirs from?
Yeah. I'll start heading on over there, and we'll see what we can find out from from the Knolls.
Okay, right. You head to this supposed district of the city, and while it's still got the typical 2D instructions and such, it is given a somewhat rougher look, just based on the decorations you start to see hung about. It's nothing like particularly scary, like there's no skulls of warning and so on, but gnolls do like their bones, they do like, their skins and so on. There is actually a sort of charming aesthetic to it if you're not threatened by gnolls, which I don't think Carrick is.
No, we've had good encounters with all the ones we ran into so far, so.
Carrick's not threatened by most things.
Yeah.
He's a dragon.
And are you going?
But I can't show that.
What guys are you going in?
That's actually a good question. If I go as in the drow, I'm coming in as something from here, or going to someone from someplace else and hope that
Endears you to them.
crud. Best part is technically I can do both because I could leave if one doesn't work as well as
There
one
is
goes
there is an
badly.
objective. There is a correct answer I have in mind here, but I'm not going to tell you which it is.
Have we seen any gnolls about in the time?
Yes, you have seen.
in a different time period.
You have seen gnolls about.
Well,
Apart from
besides-
Talal, you have seen they're not common at all. Like, they are by far the rarest species in the city, apart from you guys. But you have seen them. But they are, like, they don't even number, like, you see the fucking Corker on guard and the Weavers more than you see them.
Do they seem? And if I have to make a roll, I understand. Do they seem to to generally be part of the population, or kind of, people kind of space away?
Give
when
me
they
an insight
start near
check.
them? Okay. Oops, that's the wrong button.
You've definitely seen gnolls stop and talk very amicably with people, other drow, Duergar, and so on. People they seem to be friends with. But also, as you watch them move about through the streets, they are given space.
Okay.
It's like they're accepted in the sense that they're allowed here. They make friends here, but there is still a degree of wariness from a lot of the other species here.
Oh. What do we?
And with that roll, in fact, the few gnolls you've seen, a couple actually seem to rely on this. Like, they try to look intimidating. Another one, you actually see a degree of sadness in them from this. So, like many things, there is not 100% answer.
Yeah. We're gonna go with the first instinct. We're gonna go in the drow form.
Okay. Right. You head in your drow form, and you get attention because you don't see too many non-gnolls moving about in this area. The occasional one, but they get like little looks as well. But you think the ones that are sort of being ignored might just be regulars around here. It's hard to tell. But you're getting looks, not hostile ones, just sort of curious. And you're able to sort of ask your way about. They seem willing enough to tell you, oh, you're looking for them. Yes, that way, yes. And before long, you find yourself at a meat stall. They have sort of these hanging, dried out carcasses that have a lot of the served meats you've seen elsewhere has been very well prepared, like no hanging heads, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Everything is
This
on
the
offer here.
whole thing.
Yeah, like these are, you eat this all if you're a gnoll. You don't waste.
Okay.
But they have a huge array of food. There's haunches of large hoofed animals. There are, like, you can actually see straight out, there are both bottled in what looks like to be a preservative of some kind, and just sort of hanging skins already unfurled or just wrapped up. Snakes. They do have snakes. They have, like, rodents. They have everything. Any kind of meat you could imagine in this area. It looks like they go, yep, we'll use that.
I mean, why not?
And you approach, and it's rather scrawny looking gnoll, male you think is currently just sort of taking a cleaver to what looks like to be a large piece of bone. Looks like it might be the leg of a horse, camel, not sure.
Okay. Some
Um,
type of
But there's
thing
that
that
large
shape.
smack crunch. And they leave the cleaver embedded in the surface that they're working on as you approach, and they give you a big toothy grin. Oh God, I've got to do a North voice now. Fuck. Yes, Skixy. Yes, that's what we do.
Yes!
Gelfling. Yes. Drow friend. New face, not seen you before.
Yes, I am not from the city. I'm actually traveling through.
Come to get meat from market?
Yes, and maybe some directions.
Proper desert dweller knows what's good.
Yes, I heard that there may be. I'm gonna say whatever the Signwinder is because I'm figuring by now I've
Yes.
got the exact name.
Yes, and they're actually pulling off a couple of dangling carcasses from some hooks. They sort of slap them down on their little work table. The intermingling with the sort of juices running from this little haunch that they've just been cutting.
Curiosity, do they have the rattle still attached?
They do.
Okay. God, you can make music while you eat. Nice. I was also trying to find eggs of these. We were hoping to
Yes.
get some for anti-venom where I'm from, but I have
not
had
eating.
luck. No, but I would like to purchase these if they are for sale to eat.
Oh, yes, can sell these. These 5 copper for drow friend.
He's gonna reach in and would that be per or for both?
It seems to be indicating per. Hold up one of the snakes.
Okay, I am. Crap. Is it 10 or 100 per conversion to kick up? My brain suddenly shut down
10.
with this. Okay. I'm just gonna pull out a silver.
They smiled and will take it from you, and just they sort of yank their cleaver out of the table again and go, "Want them chopped?"
No, they'll be easier to eat on the run, I think, whole.
Smart drow, and they'll just they they don't offer a bag or anything. They just hold them out for you to take.
I'll take them. Would you be able to direct me where I might possibly be able to find eggs of these nearby?
Nearby? No, quite. Drow not like in their city. Illegal.
Yes, I have.
Guards get very angry.
Yes. If I can find them where they are on the way home, I can stop and try to see if I have luck finding some eggs. If you would be kind enough to direct me.
Their heads turning side to side as if they're trying to ascertain you.
Carrick's also looking at the other things that are hanging up.
You cop, you have to say.
Do you want to give me an investigation check, Carrick? On things hanging up.
I almost intimidate. Let's intimidate them.
Wow. Okay. So Carrick, like, you're not exactly a pro on the laws of ancient Tulia.
Yeah.
But you're pretty sure some of the stuff here isn't kosher.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, to the point that do I think some of the stuff of like carrying it around is gonna get me in trouble?
It might.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna need dibs on him. He's got a legitimate business. Well, illegal, legitimate business. He's feeding his
self.
community. That's the word.
But with that investigation, you know, if you want some of that not so legitimate stuff, it might make him a little more willing to
help. Is there anything I can tell besides the stakes? guessing dead ones are fine, so these are probably not going to be a problem. But is there anything that like definitely stands out? Like, I have a funny feeling that there may be some haying creatures in there. Am I correct? In this
Yes, you
player
are in
thought?
fact correct. It's not
was
it's not
sure
out in the
about that.
open, but you do see sort of in a pickle jar, one of the smaller little symbiotic things.
Oh, like the little lights?
No,
Or like
not the little lights.
The symbiotes that
The
attach.
symbiotes, yes.
Oh god, my brain just went pickled eyes. Can I identify what it is from here, or no? Since you've kind of been
Yeah,
really
but
healing
that's
them.
you rolled a crit, so I'm going to be nice. You think it might have been one that it basically assists with blood flow. It can essentially patch up wounds or urge blood to an area to help, any means that you would. There's those are different things you might want
little,
to.
little healy, little like
yeah.
doctors, basically.
Yes, essentially.
I can't help but notice the jar back there. I've heard that those are pretty tasty. Is that correct?
I'd like you to actually give me a persuasion check on this,
Check.
just to judge how well you come across.
Give me 1 second. Because I'm suddenly drawing the blank of, do I automatically get persuasion at advantage? Let me...
I might need to get some leather to wrap around my jar on the way out.
No, the jar is probably going in a bag of
Also,
gold.
you know what, with that investigation, Carrick,
Yeah.
you're pretty sure, like, it doesn't look like it's drow or durug or something, but some of the shapes of the meat that are hanging, like, right in the back might be sapient races.
It's again, I'm a dragon.
Yeah.
It's really fine.
In fact, you're not entirely unconvinced that one of those hyena-like haunches might not actually be from a gnoll.
I might have to buy one of those.
It's an annoying cousin.
Okay. Right. The gnoll regards you for a brief moment before sort of leaning forward and goes, "Drow of discerning taste."
I try.
I try a little bit of everyone. I mean, everything.
Technically, it's not incorrect. He's willing to try
Most
things.
drows squeamish.
Yeah, you gotta get over your squeamish and be.
Oh, you cut out.
He muted himself.
I accidentally dropped my pen on my mouse and hit the mute button.
Well done.
Yes. You have to be open. You have to stop being squeamish and open to many things, because you never know what you will enjoy until you try it.
Ah, this is good to hear. I'm sorry though that already accounted for.
Well, I would not want to take it from someone else who has already purchased it. Is there any other things that are a little bit more unusual to find around that I would be able to get to try?
Yes. In fact, girlfriend, come back here. Right, and
he can't cut me up and use me.
And he does. He leaves frankly, he leaves the cleaver in the table.
I'm gonna come on to the back.
Right, and he'll actually push back, pressing aside the sort of hanging curtains into an actual back room, where there is some enchantment here that seems to chill this place, or they're actually using a realistic confection method with an underground chamber. Who knows? But it's cold.
It is cold.
Yes.
That's a curiosity. Has that been something we have seen since we've been back?
Yes. Yes, you have. Yes.
Okay.
It's actually pretty common in Thulia.
Okay. So it's not something where I'd be like, oh, this is really unusual.
Mm-hmm. But they actually go right up to what looks like to be the side of some kind of beast, and they just pick up a small knife and they take a slice directly from it. It doesn't look like it's cooked or such, but they just hold it out straight for you. Try.
Thank you. He's gonna take it, and I'm gonna try to take a bite out of it first to see if it's something I can bite through, or if it's gonna be a.
It's a very, very thin slice, and you are able to bite through it quite easily, and it almost melts. It's quite a fatty cut of meat.
Very, very nice.
Yeah. And they beam a bit and goes, Griselle meat, large desert beast.
Can you spell that?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it gazelle?
No.
I just misheard it.
There you go.
Okay. Close. I put an A in there.
They laze around watering holes. Drow consider them lucky, don't like to see them as food.
Hot, yes. They are very delicious.
I can prepare for a Drow friend. Cut of meat, large package, take home. And you look for Sidewinder, yes?
Yes.
Tastes better live.
That's a good thing to know. That would be a good reason to find the eggs. Be able to make sure that it didn't hatch to or get escape before it got home. And possibly
I have eggs waiting to hatch. Also have some live if you want. Secret for Drow friend.
With the distance I have to go and some of the other things I have to carry with me, eggs would probably be preferable.
You know how to care for, so they grow, hatch tasty? You've got a vague idea of how you take care of these sort of things, not specific.
I have a idea, but I have not directly dealt with sidewinders before. Are they much different than other snakes?
No, very similar.
I should be able to take care of them then.
And how many egg want?
May I ask how many you have? I want to make sure I don't say all of them or such, because I have to make sure you have some still.
I have 40 egg.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, my original plan is nowhere near...
I store them out back, keep warm. But in here, they're actually going to remove a rather well-concealed panel on the floor, where there are live snakes down there. The cold seemingly keeping them rather sedate.
God. I like tell Dave's thing. Yeah, we're not telling Dingus about this. For two reasons. One, they might try to make him dinner.
Yes. Sure not want one for snack on way home?
Maybe on the way out. I may have to leave sooner than I think. I am traveling with others, and some of their plans are making it sound like we might be leaving quicker than I would like to.
Okay, just egg then. And they replace the hatch, and they'll open up a back door, leading you sort of back actually outside, where they have a bunch of basically crates and so on stacked up. But they move a couple aside, and there is a little hidden recess where, that's a lot of eggs.
Wow. Don't want to go too many because.
5 silver each.
5 silver each. How much do I still have? I have a lot. I've got 1,000 gold still on me, so.
Yeah, I'm saying 5 silver each as if like that's a big price.
Well, I'll be honest. Before all the
for him, it's a big price.
It is. Oh, for him. I mean, for most of this population, that's a lot.
I gave away most of my unmarked coins already that I had given budget for, so I'm done.
I had given half because I wanted to hold before we leave, just in case we had some last minute things to pick up.
I have 1,000 still. I thought we gave everybody like 1,000 total.
I had money.
Oh, you oh, never mind. We had 2,000 total. Never mind.
We had 2,000 total, and I had a decent amount because I kept it
I didn't know if you unmarked some money of your own.
Yeah.
So how many eggs do you want, Carrick?
Carrick, look. I'm guessing the regular snake size.
Yes.
Just gonna look. I don't want to take too many from you. Would 8 be sufficient?
I do 10 for Drow friend.
Okay. He's going to. That's 5 gold, right? Yeah, that's 5 gold.
That's 5 gold. Did you want to buy any of the Griselle meat?
Yes. He will also buy some of that.
Okay.
How much for the Griselle?
How much you want? I sell you whole side.
Thank you for that offer. I will have to decline it. That might be a little harder to transport.
Yes. Sneaky. I sell £5, 5 gold.
Kirk will pull out 10 gold total. And
Okay. Right. In that case,
over.
they will cut off a large section of this side of meat. They don't weigh it. Thankfully, this will get wrapped. They're just wrapping it in some what looks like to be semi-dried leaf. The
leaf's also illegal.
The eggs are packaged into a small wooden little crate with some straw and so on in it, and that is covered up.
Okay. Is it just a 5-pound single piece of meat, by the way?
Yes, they don't pre-slice it for you.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure
I find out where Carrick ends up on the lottery here.
And
soon, yes.
You come back any time, Drow friend.
Thank you very much.
If God stop you, not here.
Who are you again? He's kind of doing I
am Rizrav.
I wasn't actually expecting the name, but that works.
Yeah, I was going to say, watch the guy roll his intelligence to see if he understands.
Thank you, Rizraz, but I meant that more as if guard stops me, I do not know who you are and have never seen you before.
Oh. Smart Drow friend, yes.
Sidewinder.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Do you say meet or eat?
Take from it what you will.
No.
Okay, fine. Perfectly fine.
He didn't get to eat you this time.
I am going to put the meat in the bag of holding because let's not keep that in a non-extra dimensional space.
Are you doing that where he can see it?
No, I'm carrying that out.
Okay, you're gonna carry all that, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm carrying this stuff out, and because I can't, it's going to be kind of a pain to juggle stuff to begin with.
Yes.
Just because
someone might have offered you a courier job if you would had a visible bag of holding.
No.
Okay, you are able to leave the Null district with your findings. Unless you want to buy some other Null trinkets, you can buy whatever random stuff you want.
I will look around a little bit. I'm probably just gonna pick up some kind of odd. Actually, do they have any? They would, but how much to pick up like some type of carving?
There's a lot of bone carving here.
I'll look around and I'll pick up like 5 gold sounds like really expensive.
Let's see. Do you want something that is just art? Do you want something that is more childish? Do you want something that's of spiritual significance? What are you looking for?
I would look. At this point, are they worshipping Hea again?
A lot in the city do worship Hea, but you also see remnants of other faiths still in practice.
I'm guessing outside of the gods, like animist type stuff.
Yes, it's animist type stuff. There are sort of carvings of their depictions of nature spirits. There's a rather like disturbing carving that's like really intricately done that depicts like a one part on this carving you'll have a sort of null face, but then like the left side of it is incomplete and that melds off into a drow face, and then the other side of the drow face melds off into another face. And it seems to be their carving of a sort of shifter god that they worshipped.
We're gonna find out it's one of us eventually. Something we're gonna go with art because we don't. We're gonna see if we can find something spiritual. Hey, spiritual because I am technically
spiritual?
wearing the pouch.
Okay.
Yeah.
They very much depict her in her form of the black goat.
Okay.
There are very little depictions of her in the sort of drow-like form. And they really do emphasize the more bestial features. The fangs are like exaggerated, the claws are exaggerated. They seem to sort of view her as a mighty force of nature, almost in line with the rest of their sort of beliefs.
Okay.
But you can get a carving of this.
Okay. Gonna get one that. Okay, I'm gonna basically something you could put on. It's just really weird, like on top of a mantle or something.
Probably not that one then. You can.
Well, would that be bigger then, or?
Oh, what? I thought you meant
Size-wise.
tastefulness.
No, like size-wise.
Oh, so yes, you can find one that fits. Yes.
And about how much are they?
They will charge you about 8 silver.
Okay. I will pay it, and I will.
They seem to put lot more value on food than they do carved goods.
Yeah. You said 8 silver?
8 silver.
Or am I? Okay. Ooh, my brain didn't completely shut down at that point. I will put that on top of the crate, and I'll start.
Okay. You can head on back.
Yep.
Right. Anything anyone else wants to do?
I would like to ask Triamon how to safely open the bottle.
Okay, right. You're spending one of your little afternoon teas with Triamon, or we don't really have an equivalent word for afternoon for nighttime.
Mid-evening.
Mid-evening.
Yeah.
Mid-moon.
Mid-moon. It's a pleasant night in the Saharan Feywild. You're having tea with her. Actually, you're having coffee with her. That's what she does. And you bring out the wine bottle.
I'm not allowed coffee as a result of other problems that have happened in the past.
The bottle. That's very easy. Just ask it to open. You can speak to the plant, yes?
Of course.
They are very sweet. A little stubborn sometimes, but they will open if asked nicely.
All right. Well, I just figured I'd ask in case there was any kind of a trick.
You make sure.
I wasn't sure if you were supposed to kiss the rose or do something like that.
I'm sure they would appreciate it. When they are happy, they continue producing.
Oh, are they filling it?
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a rose is this?
It is a rose of the Feywild. Do not really have a name for them. They have individual names.
Oh.
Let's get its name.
Any qualities I need to know about, dear daughter?
They do in the spring give off an aroma that can be a little excitable.
Oh, okay.
They do like a little flick of blood. They're not ravenous, but they appreciate it.
Understood. Thank you so much. One other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is Raziel happy?
It's a complicated question. I'd say yes. He does find happiness. But, there is not such a thing as being truly happy all the time, is there?
No.
But,
there isn't. But at least he finds some. That's
he not a smiles. He finds comfort.
That's good. Thank you for that. I know he was too shy to ask you anything about himself.
Yes, he never really moves on from the I must stand alone. Well, he does become a little bit more of a softie. He never truly likes to rely on others. It's sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Him and Corvus have way too much in common but at least he's got Echo.
Oh, yes. Yes. Dear sweet Echo.
Dear sweet Echo.
You know, they do make a very sweet couple eventually.
They're already a pretty sweet couple. As he wises up to it.
Yes, he does have a thick head. She just taps the side of hers.
I mean, I'll give him fairness. He's been through a bit.
But who hasn't?
Yep. Who hasn't? We'll get where we're going eventually.
Eventually. And she sort of closes her eyes a bit and leans back and goes, "It has been wonderful seeing you all. And don't think I mean, oh, you all perish horribly and such, but all of you together like this as a group. It's been some time for me."
How old are you?
She smiles a bit and goes, "On the mortal plane or in the fey plane?"
On the mortal plane, my dear. On the fey plane, it's unreasonable to keep track.
On the mortal plane, I think I am approaching perhaps my 473rd year. And she just opens her eyes and looks at you and goes, "So as you can imagine, some I do miss very dearly."
I can imagine. Long lives are not always that grand. But you'll see so many things.
And there are so many things worth living for.
Oh, I bet there is.
Raziel does often speak of the ardour of an immortal being's life, of losing the sense of the day-to-day joys. I don't know, the day-to-day joys are still very nice to me.
That's because he's not Fae.
I know, what a tragic existence, not being Fae.
I know. Can you imagine not knowing the value of every moment?
I can imagine.
You can?
Yes. But that's only imagine. You know, we get a little slice of the mortal realm.
We do?
Mm-hmm. It's good for both mortal and fey kind to have somewhere that both can go and meet without mortals getting woefully lost.
I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. That is not hard. You just decide where you want to go, and that is where you go.
All you have to do is focus, right?
Exactly.
Why people focus?
Mortal brains are scattered.
And they say we can't pay attention for a moment.
We just pay attention to the right things.
Like the moment. Steely and unseely.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I dwell?
You, as ever, mother, are a great negotiator.
Oh. I'm getting retirement.
You settled down for a bit and let things calm over, but, well, you like to find ways to busy yourself as of late. And it gives you all the opportunity to see both the Tanya and Oberon. She sort of leans forward. I think you secretly like the Sealy more.
Taking sides, am I?
Mm-hmm. But that's okay. I take the other side. We balance it out. Besides, how could you not choose the Sealy? This is where Lord Dingus, and she sort of reaches out to brush Dingus's chin. This is where he chooses it as well.
Oh, that would tip the scales very suddenly.
When he's not busy elsewhere.
You know, your father. I have always been terrified of saying the wrong thing to him. It always looks like I could break him with a word sometimes.
That does change.
I hope that change.
It does. Well, I know he was fragile before I came along. But, he learns how to live again. He still has his regrets, but
Who does not have those in their life, though?
he embraces them, and not in the morbid sense that Raziel sometimes does. He accepts them.
Mm. I hope that he forgives himself for what happens.
He's never quite said. I think only he really knows that.
Mm. How does he handle being a father? Is he good to you?
Oh, he dotes on me like nothing. It's actually a little aggravating, especially as I grew. Nobody
Oh.
wants their father hanging over their shoulders constantly.
I'm surprised he let you grow up at all.
No, it was a challenge. Apparently, I was the cute little princess.
Oh. I'm surprised he didn't just have Unky Dingus dunk you every opportunity he could. Oh no, a few more years.
Not quite as effective on great fays such as myself.
Uh-huh. I've seen Great Faye be a little wary of that water, young lady.
They're not quite as effective. I didn't say entirely ineffective.
Mm-hmm. We'll be leaving soon.
I know.
Which means you'll be leaving soon.
Yes, have you figured out the connection?
No, I thought you were just visiting me. Is there a connection?
I can only come back here when the pathway is open. And do you know when the pathway is open?
When I'm back here?
When a time traveler uses the Sphinx ways and remains dwelling here.
Oh, so you need to go back before we do, or you'll get trapped.
I have a small moment of time after you leave, but yes, I must quite hurry after that.
Well, you might want to hurry back, because I think we're leaving soon.
You could say, you know.
I know.
In fact,
Part of me has to fight that urge to go out there and wreck everything.
She's actually going to. Also, are you large or small right now?
I'll be small right now.
Maybe small. In that case, she's going to sort of lean down to Gifton. And she's just going to go. In fact, if you wanted to navigate time and go steal all of those that you care about and bring them back to safety, I would help you. We could exist here, embrace your selfish nature. It's a pleasant thing to do.
My tempting daughter.
I have the best traits of my father.
And you know my heart too well.
I would dearly love to see some of my aunts, uncles, siblings. The terms became a little mixed.
Family.
Not everyone is as long-lived as some of us.
Oh. They live on, though, in our hearts. And, souls are kind of eternal until they're reborn anyway, right?
Yes.
And then they'll find us again.
But I wouldn't be fair if I didn't want to grab those deep desires anyway.
Yes.
If you decide to break things, mother, you'd only tell me.
I am pretty sure if I decide to break everything, I will get flogged by 5 other people.
Well, we'll have to do something about that, won't we?
Oh, you are showing far too much of your father right now.
Like I said, I have his best traits, and I am of the unseelie.
But I would not do anything that would risk you.
No time shenanigan could remove me. I dwell here. And she poses very dramatically as she says that, just sort of lounging back.
I would wish I could tell her what's going on. I wish I could warn her so she could save her people.
Yes. You know, she frowns for a little bit. The Fey Dominion and the Nutulian nation are very close.
That is good to hear. She is your older sister, after all. You best
yes.
be mindful of her.
Indeed. This time stuff, it never ends, you know. Even when they are...
time goes on.
Oh, you know what I mean. Even when everything is saved and they have a grand new nation, there are those there that still believe that they should never have lost. And, well, whenever it means to go back and try and fix things, you often see it try to happen. There are constant little scuffles, conflicts being done and undone. It's been an easy way to end it all.
Oh, how would I do that?
Make sure there is no future of doubt. Now.
Oh, my dangerous daughter.
She grins like a wolf, and it is actually a little striking just how much like Heya she does seem at that moment.
We would lose our families, so.
No, we would save them.
We would lose all of Barast.
We could save the important bits.
All of them are important to someone.
Oh, there she is. I certainly know that you have told me that many times, and that I should listen to my mother.
Yes, because Razem is very wise.
There is a moment of sadness on her face, but it's quickly replaced with the face smile.
My heart will be thinking of it and yearning for it, daughter. Who knows? Maybe I will eventually give in to the dark temptation.
And that day we will celebrate so.
Yes. Alright, I must go back to my friends. Goodbye, daughter.
Goodbye, mother. Go with my love.
And go with mine. And be kind to yourself.
I'm always kind to myself.
I have to remind my children. Because there's too many people in my life that aren't.
Okay. And you leave Razem. Not Razem. Tiramon.
Daughter.
Yeah, Razem's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You leave Tiramon. And, okay. Right. Anything else anybody else wants to do?
Actually, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go pester Jala if I can get a meeting with her.
Okay.
Because she is very big. Yes, very big and both important.
I also imagine you
Don't
want
say
to
the
collect your Corvus wants to collect his research as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Right. So Cassie will head to the temple and start making inquiries. What guys are you going in, Cassie?
I'm going in as Trixie.
You're going in as Trixie. Okay, you head in on as Trixie, and basically you have to sort of flag down an acolyte, and she'll stop and go, Yes, miss. Can I help you?
Yes, I was hoping I could arrange a meeting with the High Priestess Jala in the next day or so.
The High Priestess is very busy. May I ask what you are...
I'm someone she met a time ago, and I think she might be interested in talking about something we discussed in the past.
Can I take your name?
My name is Trixie.
Okay.
Sure you don't want to give her the name that she used to know you by?
And this is in regards to a young priestess she knew by the name of Cassiopeia, I think.
Cassiopeia. Strange name. I can certainly see if I can get a message to her.
Please and thank you.
Where can you be found?
Where were we staying? I don't remember the name of the place.
You could specify the student housing across from the
student housing
academy, college.
We're at the student housing as we're visiting, but I can stop by tomorrow if it's easier for her to be here if she's.
It's hard to say when she will be free, but certainly you can come and check tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Blessings with you. And she just gives you a quick little bow.
I bow back and scurry out, being as small as possible.
Okay. You do that. Corvus.
Yep.
You will go pick up basically all the copies of requested materials, and you receive a beautifully duplicated manuscript, essentially. You can even do a quick comparison check. They'll let you sort of scan through, and this is as accurately as humanly possible transcribed. There's of course slight variances, but that's unavoidable, you know.
Yeah.
But at least the wording is correct. You have your take home.
This is most appreciative. Thank you for your diligent work.
You made a handsome donation. We must put our best on it. I'm glad you are pleased.
I hope to learn much from this documentation, and I will spend many hours perusing its written words.
Of course, but may I ask, what is your interest in this? It's a relatively obscure document.
It has connotations that I believe are beneficial to things yet to come.
They just give you a very confused look, but they nod. I see. Well then, again, thank you for your coin, and daughter's blessings go with you. That's the wrong one.
Daughter's blessings upon you as well.
Okay.
And the disguised Corvus is going to turn and put neatly the documents in like a map case, a scroll case, and then walk out of the temple library.
Okay. Right. You have that. Was there anything Archie and Talday wanted to attend to, or are you good?
Pretty much good. I didn't really have anything extra I was doing.
I was just going to confirm details about the disguises that we get.
Mhm.
Can I change clothing
Um.
without changing the disguise itself?
Ooh. Hmm. Kind of think of it. You know what? I'm gonna say, yeah, you guys can alter the clothing to an extent. I think I'm gonna say that's a once a week thing you can do. You gotta keep the best shape, but you can alter, some parameters of it.
Okay, so it's modify the illusion itself.
Yes.
I can't interact in a way that would say throw a cloak over top of it.
Oh, you could throw a cloak over the top of it. Yes, it did. The illusion's capable of doing that. Putting pants on, it would look a bit weird as you're essentially having to put pants over top the existing things. You can't remove them, But yeah, things like cloaks, robes, you could throw over top.
So what I'm hearing is that just means we need to make illusions of us naked.
Yeah, basically, it's a smart illusion. It has limitations.
Yeah, no, I'm essentially asking just to confirm, given the fact that I currently have a guard disguise.
Yeah. You could definitely cloak robe over that if you wanted.
All right, so I could appear to be less of a
Yes,
problematic.
you could.
Yep. Okay. In that case, I will attempt to go around town in a semi-disguised manner and just talk to people.
Okay. Are you doing you gathering any information in particular, or are you just seeking conversation?
Learning about people, stories they want to tell.
The usual Telltale MO.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. I'm gonna see how much you get people to open up to you. Man, strange robe guy, you're just so affable.
Haha, tell me more of the thing that you said.
Ignore my bulky robes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can get people to open up about their day-to-day lives. You get some gripes about some guys being like sort of muscled out of his little stall section. He sells like these lovely sort of patterned and dyed fabrics, but there's another bastard that's like just down the street that's doing the same. It's getting more clientele. You swear it's a vendetta. Yeah,
that is so horrible. I feel very bad for you.
Yeah, you can gather up some stuff. Do you like to write these down at all, or do you just try and remember them?
I do like to write them down. I don't always do it
In the moment?
Yeah.
You catalog it in your brain and do it in the night, or so on and so forth.
Yeah, I do have, I think, a couple books at this point, at least.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Right, you're able to get that. Cassie?
Yes.
Returning to the temple the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You are actually given a note from an acolyte. It's not the same one, but it appears that they were told to keep an eye out for you.
Okay.
The acolyte just hands you a note and just sort of gives you a shallow bow and goes, Mr. Giles sent her apologies.
I'm going to read the note.
Okay. And the note reads, Pixie, or Cassie, whichever you prefer to be known as. I'm afraid I cannot attend you for multiple reasons. One, I truly do have duties that occupy me, and I am getting older. It is not as easy to do so many things in a day now. But most important of all, I have been advised to interact with your group as little as possible beyond our initial meeting. In fact, I was scolded for interacting as much as I did. You would think being a high priestess would afford me more leeway, but the Sphinx God, they advise for a reason. I am hoping that one day, maybe in the Daughter's Embrace, we will meet again. You can answer the very many questions I have. The very many questions that I carried from my mother. I wish you and yours the best in your endeavors. I feel that they are important. And it's just signed High Priestess Jala.
Yes, we'll thank the acolyte.
Acolyte was standing there awkwardly as you're reading it. They give you a quick little bow and, is there anything else that you need?
No, thank you.
Daughter's blessings with you. And they give you that little bow before hurrying off to attend to some other pressing duty.
Really? Cass is going to step outside and look around. If I were a high priestess, where would I be? Looks back at the temple. Hiding in the temple. I can get in, but that's not going to be a good day. Cass is going to wander back to the housing.
Okay. It's approaching the 6th.
I have one last thing if I can find something.
Of course.
In our time here, have I been able to find any place that sells scrolls by any chance? Because someone just
Of
found
the
something.
magical variety?
Yes.
Yes, actually, that would be the academy primarily.
I'm actually looking for a level 2 research spell, which is an uncommon magic item.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like me to roll and or do?
We're going to simplify this because I can't be bothered to bring up the full rules. I would just like you to give me a level 2 scroll, you said?
Yes.
Okay. First, I want you to give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Okay.
Okay, that will gain you entry and get you talking to the right people within the academy. What scroll did you want?
Gentle repose.
Gentle repose. Okay. Yes. Okay. That DC will go up ever so slightly. What we're going to do is you're going to roll me a D100, as it's a relatively low level of scroll. I'll be asking you to roll me above a 20 to find it, but as it's gentle repose, it's going to go up to a 30.
Okay.
I had one question about the past because and I don't want to mess with anything, but out of curiosity, because of how I'm trying to figure out how I act around town and how Raz would probably let us know, what level spells are people at right now? Because I know that power level isn't quite the same in the past right now.
So around town, you do there's I'm going to give you the general information from Raziel. It's the easiest way to handle it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
There are mighty 9th level spell feats, right? But most of those are ritualistic at this point. Like, they actually take a great endeavor to cast. Some have to be cast as groups. You don't get the instantaneous spell casting that you guys do with it. As a general thing of what I can actually cast on a day-to-day basis, they support mostly around 5th level casters.
Okay.
And
just for
spells or the
spells.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just wondering so that way we know what might commonly be available.
There are some more powerful within the academy grounds. The self-casting really does strictly cap out at about 7th level. Wow. Yeah, no gentle repose.
Okay, it looks like I have to use 5 pounds before you probably leave.
Yeah, strangely enough, for a god that is so obsessed with life and such, she doesn't like that kind of thing, apparently, in their sort of religious beliefs.
Out of character was completely doing it to actually preserve the meaty pot.
That's funny.
I know. It looks like I have to go ask someone to cast it for
Corvus
me.
or me could do it.
Exactly.
I know.
Death, cleric, and druid.
Yeah, the Heian beliefs of this era do have a big thing of what's dead is dead. Let it rejoin the earth, become food, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of makes sense because they're kind of being taught from mommy and daddy as far as Hevos and Mairi that people die, they go to my heaven, and they should stay there, right?
Yeah. And
I was hoping for the ritual casting to not use people's spells. Well, actually, wait, you can ritual.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
can.
ritual.
Yes, but do you have it prepared?
Yes.
It's over the next 7 days. You could have totally gotten us to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to go bother Corvus about preserving that Grizel meat.
the Grizel meat will actually keep pretty goddamn well.
Okay.
It's essentially shit. What do you call it? Really proper prosciutto and such.
Oh, okay. It was actually. It's actually okay. See, I thought it was.
It's not raw. It's
okay.
Yeah.
And okay, I thought it was raw. That's why I was actually looking for it. 'Cause like, we're gonna make sure this doesn't have to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Carrot trying to make sure he doesn't get food poisoning.
The Knolls are fair that things rot, so they do have preservation methods. It's just they like their fresh meat.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I'd survive eating it. The problem is I don't want to eat it here.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to.
And you don't want it to taste rotten either later, right?
I mean, it's proper prosciutto down to having like these sort of moldy layer around sections of it.
Okay.
You gotta shave off. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're fine then.
Right.
We'll still eventually get that when we have some time, but.
Okay. Right. Fuck. What was I saying? In that case, I think we're about ready to move on. Oh,
You're saying something on the 6th day.
on the 6th day. Yeah, my brain's gone now. Fuck. What was I saying on the 6th day?
He rises again.
On the 6th day,
Meteor falls, we all die.
this day sort of passes by. You're all taking care of various errands and so on, and you're going to meet up as a group again, having a nice meal. I'd like to give you guys an opportunity to talk as a group in character, make sure you've got things in order.
Has everyone obtained everything they were hoping to?
I just, when we're ready to go, need to pick up some things that are being held for me, some animals. But other than that, I am good.
I had one question for Sada.
Yes?
Was there anybody else you needed to, or would have preferred to have come with that your group might have prepared?
Oh, no. I have concerns about removing too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just me. But I have said my goodbyes. I am prepared.
We're glad to have you traveling with us.
Tilde definitely does not suddenly speak up and go, "Here, let me identify which ones I saw die around this time." That should help, right?
Please, I will rely on you to help me adjust.
I figured I would make sure I ask, because I would presume that you were probably too shy to ask yourself.
Don't worry about me. I am not shy at all. And she's going to smile at Denoran, who beams a bit, nodding.
You know, I never thought about this. Do they have the little suction parts on the tentacles, like an octopus?
They do not.
Okay. Biologist part suddenly popped.
Thick, meaty tendrils.
And I
Basically.
guess in the morning we will leave.
Uh,
Can I have spring onions here? I really want like spring onions and like a haunch of mutton would be really good right now.
Spring onions?
Is there
scallions, green onions.
it's a plant. It grows in the dirt.
I'm just gonna minor illusion.
I don't
Oh,
think
yes.
this environment.
And they actually do have those in Egypt and so on. Yeah, she nods and goes, yes, we...
Oases.
I could just really go for some spring onions. Oh, and a pickle. I'd love a pickle.
How about we have a nice meal tonight? This food here is good, but...
I never thought of their pickles might taste like.
In fact, it strikes me this might be my last meal here, so we're going to go to one of my favorite places.
Yeah.
She
Hi, Edward. Good.
she actually looks like like talking about food, like eating her last meal here has just hit her more than like any consideration that I'm leaving has so far.
I'm gonna lightly put my hand over on hers.
That is a stranger thought than leaving friends behind for some reason.
Are there other
Yes.
touches?
What was that you said today? Other what?
Other touches that you would like? Art or items?
I already have personal effects that I have ready to bring with me.
I got a bunch of rugs and tapestries and things to bring back for all the folks that are displaced.
Good.
Holy symbols.
I bought toys and I just bought toys and stuff for my kids.
My kids are spoiled
Perhaps
anymore.
perhaps I will do that as well. I'm sure there are children where we are going. Yes, let's go.
I will have to bring Christoph over sometime to meet them all. He's a toy maker in where we come from, and he has a shop, and he just spends all day making little toys and giving them to children. He's a wonderful man. I like him.
That's the old bearded guy, right?
Yeah, he made my house.
I need to talk to him at some point.
He would probably love to hear from you what type of toys the kids in this time would like too, and he could make some for those who've been displaced.
Oh, I would very much like to meet him.
I think it would be very nice.
And then, come, let's go eat somewhere better than the student housing, and it will be my treat.
Oh, all right. I would enjoy that very much. I wish my daughter could be here for that.
Could you not invite her?
I will try.
Okay.
Which one?
Chiamon. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure if I invite my other daughter, we have a different problem that we have to handle at that point.
Yes, that's why I was double checking.
All right.
Smile. And also, we have a lot of explaining to do to Sada at that point as well.
Right. The group of you can sort of head towards the park, and you can enter the Feywild, where Triamon is more than happy to come along with you.
One last meal.
One last meal. She actually sort of gently takes your hand and goes, "Last night, we should make it special."
Of course, very special.
Mm.
We'll paint the town red.
Why?
Blood of my enemies.
So bloodthirsty.
I read that in a book on how to be a leader.
Yes.
Sure, that wasn't the thing about tyranny.
That's how to be a leader, right?
No.
No, being a
It's
leader.
a type of leader, but it's not a good leader.
She's
It's
going
right here
to.
in my book. I got this from Hexenreich, tyrannical
Oh.
leadership and how to execute your enemies.
Hey,
We're
definitely
getting
not
you a
read that.
different leadership books.
I
she's
really
she's
wanna read
she's
that.
going to go. No. Being a leader is all about using your charm and your wiles and your charisma. And she's saying that she's gone over to Echo and is doing like very gentle cheek brushes and so on. And Echo's just smiling at her like, "Yes, friend."
Which is great because Echo looks like
That's great.
Denorin right now.
Wait, is she knowing that's Echo's?
I'm pretty sure
Has she
you
confused
can
the two
tell
at
from
all?
how they stand which one's
Okay, yeah.
Denorin. You
Yeah.
can definitely tell between
Oh,
Denorin
you actually-
and Echo.
You actually hear Denorin go, "Oh, this is a strange feeling."
This is
Actually-
a strange sight.
I guess the better
Should I be
question,
turned
has
on
there
by
been a
this?
confusion?
Because I am.
Yeah, did
Since
you get to
when
come to any
has-
of the last couple of the forays?
Forays?
Oh, she's been having a. Whoa, you've been missing out. How many has it been this week?
Oh,
7 times?
He's not been missing out. Sadar says, wrapping a tendril around him. And He just gives you a little grin.
Oh, my daughter keeps hosting orgies in the garden here.
Okay, not to say I've been missing it, but we should have gone to one of those.
You could have brought a friend, yes.
Or you can both attend tonight if you want.
Oh, a good last time, in the garden.
He's giving. You've never seen Denoran give a
Pleading
pleading face. Like, that's an unusual expression for him. But by God, is he giving her a pleading look? Which might actually just indicate just how enraptured with her he is.
Oh.
And she smiles a bit and goes, "No, you can go."
Aw, good. That's good to know my daughter will have fine supervision.
And this very odd family unit can go out
Have a meal.
for a lovely meal, which she takes you to what is actually a very fine dining is the wrong word for the period, but it is good food. It's fancy food. It's like well prepared. It's well presented. You are waited
Ethan
on.
is going to try a little bit of everybody's plate if you don't stop her.
I think most people willingly give you part of their plate.
Yeah.
Corvus has just kind of stopped trying.
Yeah.
I kind of want something sour.
I'll try this. Denoran goes.
The very small amount of food RG actually ordered, because she's just gotten out of not ordering that much because doesn't have an appetite now.
Mhm.
She will actually, with Gifton, takes the thing as she just kind of give a look like, really?
Eric is totally not ordering the entire menu, but he's thinking about it.
You guys do seemingly get special attention. You get extra service based on the fact that you have a priestess with you.
That's good.
And
Brother, try this. Doesn't care that she's currently pale skinned and Raziel is currently a drow. She's so brother,
Yeah.
try this.
Yep. He almost begrudgingly, like, he knows it's easier to do as you say than to just go, "No, I don't want to eat that." You can all have a lovely meal. You are definitely overfed. Carrick, you're probably ordering the entire menu. It is basically what's brought out table wide.
Not having a problem with this.
Because I think anybody that's experienced really hospitable Middle Eastern dining.
It's just food.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, no.
Eric is totally not learning
I
anything
am
from
going
this.
to make cookies for everybody when we go back. You're
I'm
gonna like
guessing
it?
by now we've learned that you actually figured out how to cook.
I don't know.
Actually,
haven't-
Good point. That's a
I
good
haven't.
point.
When have
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to cook for you?
That's the thing I don't know
Since when
Um,
do people other than
Gifton?
Karen cook for
at
us?
that point.
You hear some words that you've probably never heard before. As Triamon goes, "Oh, wonderful. I love your cooking."
Gifton looks teary-eyed.
Gonna give an odd look at Triamon because I'm pretty sure Carrick probably did try some of Gifton's cooking before the feat.
She gives you a quizzical look and she goes, "What? Mother's always been a good cook."
Did you have her cooking after we left Tarnstead? Like,
I
soon after?
had her cooking after I was born.
You had her cooking much later in life.
Yeah. Once she figures out how not to burn down her kitchen.
Gifton starts looking really dejected because everybody's
Gifton
downing her
hasn't
cooking.
burned down the kitchen. Gifton's better than that.
You
I
get
am quite sure that Gifton is at least better than 3 other people at this table.
Correct.
Triamon actually scoops you up in the hand.
Turning to
Gifton.
Corvus.
Oh, I thought we were
Turning
at
to
a
Carrick.
place.
Oh,
I
yeah. Oh, you
can make good
big
sandwiches.
size. You big
I
size.
thought we were at a restaurant.
Yes,
I don't
you are.
think I'd get away. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
In that case, she just puts an arm around you, pulls you in close, because sitting close, and just goes, "Oh, don't listen to them. You are a wonderful cook.
Oh.
And if you're not perfect now, you will be."
I'm gonna start telling them a secret cookie idea I have. It's really gonna be great. I'm making future cookies. They're gonna be great.
just going to be oatmeal, and then you put raisins in. It's like there's chocolate, but they're raisins
She
instead.
had this really great idea because she heard about some things from where she was trying to learn about Raziel a bit more. And she explains to Triamon that she's going to bake these cookies. And then she's going to write on tiny little slips of paper
I was waiting.
little future thingies and put them in
I
there
was
for people
waiting for that.
to bring
He
them
figured
good
out fortune
fortunes.
cookies.
Yep.
No, they call them predictive texts.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Gifton's only going to be writing happiness, joy,
Uh-huh.
love.
All of hers are good fortune, like good fortunes.
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward that she...
Unfortunately-
Oh, no, please
Okay.
continue.
I was just say, unfortunately, one of her children later decides to start making misfortune cookies.
I do have Discord as a child, so.
I was going to assume that she actually jumped on the in-bed addition to all of the fortunes much earlier
way
by
to do it.
literally writing that on them.
Amazing. Okay. After a hearty meal, which it's hard to get the meal to stop, as I'm having flashbacks to my own experiences with a very friendly Turkish family who wouldn't stop bringing out baklava after the meal was done.
Actually, a problem here. I'm a dragon.
Yeah. You can eventually make your way out of the restaurant. Jala insists on stopping by some stalls first, which with her sway of a Sada rather, which with her sway as a priestess, she's able to basically get stuff and get it like arranged to be delivered at places. So she doesn't even have to like carry things about. She's like, I'm buying this and that, and this will be taken to the temple.
This is going over to me. Thank you very much.
Yep. And even Triamon actually picks out a couple of trinkets she likes. Notice she doesn't pay for them. She talks very smoothly. She might be enchanting a little bit in the literal magical sense. But she moves away from stalls with the owners very happy. And she has something. But she eventually does extend an invite to tonight's orgy. Anybody that wants to attend, which Denoran and Sada will do so.
Gifton will, of course, mother over the event.
Okay.
Gifton is going to, during this, take her hair out of its ribbon. You know, she always has a ribbon.
Gonna let it down.
She's going to let it down. And I am going to affix my ribbon onto Triamon.
Oh, she
Does Echo have any inclination to this?
she goes, "What's an orgy?"
It's a group of people that have intimate time together in the physical and emotional sense.
It's a lot of people having
night in
sex.
town. Why don't we just let Echo not have to wear the disguise? I mean, if I can be pale skinned, she can be pale skinned.
She looks like she's still trying to figure out how multiple people do something like that at once. There's a horribly perplexed look on her face.
I mean, do you want to see it so you know what it is and you don't have to... Okay.
Alright, Echo will likely attend. She's probably not going to participate. She might end up a little horrified.
She's gonna sit on the side with Gifton and drink some of my juice.
Gifton, when you attend the orgy, you do notice there is like a comfy bed prepared for you already. Like away from the main mess of what's the movement that's going on.
They know I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yes.
Every once in a while, there's just a very confused drow that comes over and thinks that I'm just not being involved somehow and wants to know if I'm okay.
But Corvus is with Echo.
Yeah.
Oh my! You can come sit on my bed with me. Got some dates. I've got some dried dates.
You can get a very nice massage if you want. Yeah. The food is as decadent as like the activities, because the Fae, it's not all about the sensual touches and so on. They like to eat, they like to drink.
It's eat, drink.
Yeah.
This
is a downright Greco-Roman act of decadence happening here.
I am going to teach Echo how to do body painting.
Oh, I guess she loves this.
Yeah, this is the best.
She's gonna draw a rabbit.
Now, when I say body painting, I mean we're getting naked and we're slapping ourselves on a canvas.
Oh yeah.
But we might also resort to body painting where we start painting things on each other.
Yep. No, Echo's like, look, I can make the Betty talk.
Yep.
Okay, you have fun times with Jabroa, Garrick. Okay. Do you want to get another Jabroa before you go?
He's gonna get 2.
Jabroa likes you.
55.
Actually, I remember I have one waiting with the lizard
Picked
folk.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Picked up. So
Do you want another one now?
Do you want a third?
Don't tempt me to see if there's Fenix left.
There are.
We've told you not to see if there's Fenix left.
I know.
All right.
But
Having more
he's
Jabroas before
unsupervised
Fenix.
right now. It's the night before. Nobody can make him take him back.
But your boa is supervising him.
I was going to say, speaking on that note, RG's hanging around with Carrick.
Yeah, but I don't think. But here's the thing: I don't know if Archie would be able to convince him not to buy more.
Once again, I repeat that your boa is supervising.
Gary may totally be trying to convince Archie she needs Fenix for the babies.
She is plenty smart enough to know that was a stupid fucking idea.
Actually, Carrick will just stay with the 2 Jabroas.
Okay.
We've got some. We've got a mimic and a rust monster. There's already enough coming home.
You're already in trouble.
Okay.
Yes, but I have someone to help take care of them, so they have to be
That-
worried about.
Doesn't make it okay.
I will have Nagraziel to go to the orgy.
Okay, he will attend the orgy.
Okay, putting him on that list too.
Mhm.
Yes, I have a description.
We are body
Glad-
painting him. He is going to be an adorable bunny as well.
Raziel, despite his somewhat reserved nature, seems to have no qualms or shyness about his body. He's just like, yes, it's a naked form. Woo.
Oh.
So he's just going to be sitting there, rather you know what? He brought a book. He is that kind of man. He brought something to read, and he's just sitting naked, letting you paint him.
No, I'm saying we're doing like face paint on him. That's what we're doing.
Yep, you can do that.
I wasn't gonna strip him.
Oh,
Gifton.
well,
Gifton could have also had a book.
He got confused because I got Echo naked, and I'm like, okay, now Raziel, and Raziel just stripped himself.
He just
Me and
moved
Echo
some-
sat there staring, going, "Wow, he did it!"
The other thing, we just
regret
had a long
everything.
sigh as he's taking off his pants.
Corvus, come here. I got paint.
No.
It's cold. It's cold.
Corvus, please.
Please, Corvus.
Mhm. He wiggles a finger at Elko. Fine.
Yay.
Look, we're gonna paint him like an Azoth. And his ear,
She's gonna paint
and
so many
ear.
eyes on your face, Corvus.
So many eyes.
Okay. You are all able to spend your nights in whatever debaucherous or animal rearing manners you wish.
The debauchery of the orgy
Yeah.
group is disappointing to some.
Sleep might come a bit late and be a bit short for some folks, but before long, night falls
Cassie
again.
come on the debauchery
Yeah,
group.
did Cassie want to go debauching?
Nope.
Tell day.
He can be our
No. I am not joining the debaucherous group.
Tell day and Cassie, the
But-
2 people
but-
that went back to the inn and went, I hate the rest of the party.
Question: did Telday ever do any of this in his 10,000 years, though?
Be debaucherous?
No, in the orgy stuff.
That's debauchery.
That's debauchery.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
I don't have to answer this question.
No, you don't.
I'm also really struggling. No, picturing turtles, don't like it. Okay.
Hearing that
Oh man, the turtle in the shoe.
Oh dear.
Hey, it's not Telday's objective to experience everything.
Alright, the next
Not like he
day,
has to report back to somebody about what life is like.
or rather, the next
Oh.
night arrives, rousing you all in the evening. And
Rousing
flip
us at
schedules.
At dawn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You are able to get yourselves collected, heading towards the temple. There is a great many carriages arrayed at the Sphinx's temple. Some of them are drawn by the fairy Heian creatures that are being carried. Others are being drawn by camels. There is actually a couple of horses, which are very expensive things to have over here, but looks like they're being used.
Mhm.
And Cassie,
Yes.
looking almost anxious, once again accompanied by Sphinx Guard, there is actually Jala waiting at the head of the line.
What? Ass is going to move over. Lady, you shouldn't be here. Well, she looks at the guards. They're going to be pissy.
They can be pissy. I insisted that such a momentous occasion should be overseen of someone of my stature.
Well, it is momentous, and there's something I wanted to give you.
Hmm?
Cass is going to reach into her bag and pull out the water skin.
What is this?
Sip it. Don't drink it all. Just sip it. 1 sip a day.
Oh no, you're giving her Fey water, you monster!
The Sphinx guards are eyeing you warily, Cassie, but she's reaching out to accept this, and she sort of like holds it to her chest and bows her head to you in thanks. Thank you very much.
Like I said, sip it. Don't give it to anyone else.
She's looking a little bemused at you and just goes, sounds an awful lot like an attempt to poison a high priestess.
No. It's not poison, but if you drink too much at once, it has demeritus effects.
Oh, it is okay. Poison would not work on me.
No, it probably wouldn't. But you remember the last time you saw me?
I will be honest, not greatly.
Hey, I came into a lot of that water. I came into a lot of that drink, and I drank a bit of it. I lost 1.5 feet, and people pick on me now.
Give me shrinking potion?
No, you'll figure it out.
She tucks it away, giving you a bemused look, before sort of gesturing. Are you and your companions ready to depart?
Hello!
Oh, hello there, dear.
I'm gonna go over and take her hands and bow. It is a pleasure to see you again.
And it is a pleasure to see you as well. Have you enjoyed
Right.
yourself?
Yes, we have been quite spoiled in our visit.
I am pleased.
I figure Carrick went out early to.
You are able to get
Changes.
everybody's able to get their pickups that they need.
Undescript crate on cart.
Treading rust monster, inert mimic.
Other box.
Yeah. The strange
Just
box in a
look
box.
over the shoulder of concern about all the things that Carrick's carrying by.
Actually, he's probably actually carrying the 2 Jerboas himself.
Hey,
So.
Carrick, I'm gonna do something really mean. 1 second.
There's gonna be a bunch of Fenix that I have to go chasing after suddenly.
I'll go chasing Fennec.
Carrick,
Yes.
this is down to your judgment. That is the persuasion check from the young lizard boy trying to coerce you into buying more animals.
What is he trying to coerce me into buying?
You are
Animals.
to take with you 2 more Jerboas, and he's trying to sell you a Fennec.
How much for the 3?
They will give you a deal. It is a gold and 5 silver pieces for the animals and their feed.
1 gold and 5 silver.
RG's
You're
there.
having the
RG is
best
wrenching his ear and going, your wife is going to fucking kill you.
I think that was actually a pretty good persuasion check, though. So I understand that child defeated RG.
Yeah.
That's how it gives the three of this look of like, my parents will be so proud of me for selling.
Yeah, this is like his big sell moment.
Yeah, this is he's gonna.
He wanted it anyway.
Yeah, RG.
She's like, "Oh, kid, I will give you a gold to keep the fucking Fennec."
But then it will not be a true sale.
You're stopping him from having more.
I don't understand.
Said more is good.
I don't understand.
You don't need to.
Cold and the
Okay, new Fennec acquired.
Where's my?
How did he get a Fennec? The next day.
Literally, it'd be that morning. The young lizard folk boy was very persuasive.
Who let you get more Fennecs?
Me?
I'm sorry, Priestess Jala. This is an issue.
I told you as much.
It's only the third one.
Are they rare in the modern day?
No, they're not. They're very not.
They're incredibly rare where we are from.
Domesticated, they're rare. Raziel says dryly.
I've seen his Fennecs. Domesticated isn't the word I'd fucking use.
Raziel just gives you that dry look of like, I agree, but I cannot be bothered.
They are less rare than they used to be.
RG, aren't you like on the zoning committee? Can't you like move his house farther away from us?
His house is the tavern.
No, my
he
house
has a house separate. He has his house
Oh, no,
separate.
there's never. Never mind.
Yeah, everything's out. All of my menagerie is outside of the town limits.
No, you move farther away from us.
You just never visit him.
There's a reason why the town limits don't go any closer to your house.
Yeah, for some reason, Beacon never expands in that direction.
What I hate is Gifton built herself out on like the worst part of town or of the woods, thinking no one would come that way because Carrick took the nice part of the woods, and then everyone started building towards Gifton all of a sudden. Gifton was like, "Why?"
Screeching is not here.
All I have to say for all of that
What?
Is this a fact? From makes this even worse. This is an effect Coppers can do.
I know your domain already is driving everybody away. Priestess Dala, we are very, very honored to have your assistance, and
there's not much assistance. You wanted once travelling, but I thought it's right that I see you off. And she's actually going to go over to Sadar, and she sort of pulls her aside, and there is a very gentle embrace and what you assume might be words of encouragement and so on. Before, she just plants a kiss on her forehead. Jala moving back over to the group, going, what's this? Is it? Yes?
this is it. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, looks right.
Alright, there are Sphinx guards here. They have come out to assist with moving the various carts and so on, not just leaving it to you.
Over and starts hugging Sphinx guards.
um,
Being very huggy, Gifton.
I'm always emotional when I travel.
some of them try to remain stoic. Others are sort of caught off guard and like give you a little gentle pat before realizing, hey, I'm supposed to be like, all proper and stuff.
Thank you for your
just
service.
Traveling across the ocean or something. We don't get to see people from.
Tell that you're given a curt nod. They seem reluctant to speak for some reason. But they start to lead you into the temple. The large doors opening up. No erroneous time affects this part of the temple. You travel in and you see that, lovely sort of center room that you had your angel time stop shenanigans in. There are scholars in here. They all have some sort of like emblem that denotes their position with this temple. Little amulets with stylized sphinxes and pyramids on them. But many of them are just wearing robes in here.
Is there the big statue that says to wait for blah blah blah?
There is. That is here at this point still. The little library section does have guards standing right at this door. Looks like they keep it off limits to people. But as this is a little bit of a spectacle. Like, these aren't emotionless scholars. They're curious. They are watching this weird parade going around the statue. The carts barely fit in here. And oh god, the builder. That is squeezing.
Can I true polymorph it?
You potentially could. Do you want to ask it?
Yes, I'll ask it. I can.
Okay. It does flash things of like, do not mean to inconvenience, for malleable, can move through corridors. But it does also follow that with, but if not a bother, convenience increased, would accept.
Okay. I'll ask if it has a preference of what it wants to be.
It will, It will
Willing to experience it.
It will.
Might as well get a picket.
It will flash at you. Curiosity, companion creature.
Pseudo dragon. Okay.
That's the impression you get.
Okay. Yeah, I'll turn it into a pseudo dragon.
Okay. Right. The great builder becomes a small little pseudo dragon. It's it doesn't meep at first. It's like trying to make drilling noises, and it's like posturing as if it's trying to urge colours, you know. But nothing happens, and before it sort of it awkwardly starts to walk along the floor.
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
It will let you hold it. Dingus is sort of beeping curiously at it. Starts trying to show it. This is how you view a silver dragon, and starts flapping like an idiot. It's much easier with the builder in this form.
Yes. Also, Gibson doing this while we're inside the Sphinx Temple, not when we're outside, because this is a 9th level spell, motherfucker.
It is only once the temple doors are closed behind you that it's almost as if a series of checks happen. Guards checking around them. The scholars in here, most of them start to move off to one of the other side rooms, and the doors are closed. It's only what you think must be high ranking based on the ornamentation in their age. Scholars that left behind with some of the guard who basically stamp the bottom of their staves on the floor and then begin to filter out themselves as the great doors leading to the Sphinx's chamber open.
Let's lead everybody in. I'm sure she's gonna love this.
Yep.
Why wouldn't she?
She's aware of it.
As you enter the Sphinx's chambers, that you hear a voice booming, going, "Who dares enter? Oh, for Pete's sake! What is this?
Greetings.
This isn't a zoo, you know."
No, it's a menagerie.
Oh, you got some fancy words.
It's a migration.
Oh, yeah, the great migration. Well, I was better before you brought all of this in here.
I hope you have somebody
That's
with
fair.
like a broom or something to clean up after all these that come through.
It's better not leave any untoward deposits in here. Okay,
You
right.
have to leave some offerings. Oh, by the way, I'm going to put some candy dates up on the altar.
You earn forgiveness this time. she's gonna come up to the altar and she's just like, picking them up with these somewhat dexterous, forepaws she has. And she pops one of them into her mouth and just sits down. All right, so I'm sticky.
No, they're real good. I had some yesterday, so I had to get an extra bag for you.
You need some water.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Oh yeah, let me get my water skin out.
I'll pull out my water skin.
All right, yeah, go off for your water.
All right. Is this normal water or is this youth water?
This is youth water. I don't
Okay.
have any other water.
She's just gonna drain the water skin.
Oh,
Squeezes
no.
it right into her mouth and just tosses it back to you. She seems entirely unaffected.
Goddamn Sphinx.
Aw,
Does it taste good?
I was hoping for other one.
It tastes like it's river water.
I swam in that.
You know, we have things called filters in the future. You should learn about them.
What's a filter?
Please tell me more.
Makes water taste good.
That is a perfect
Is it-
question for gifted
Is it like a stick?
Yeah, it's like a
Or
stick.
is it like a pot?
You know, pot's not too far off.
Oh, because sometimes I heard people boil water and then
Is this the
cools down
Grand
and pour.
Talal? Who's this lady? And okay, right.
What do you mean, who's this lady?
I'd be giving gifted look going, how do you not know what a filter is? I know what a filter is.
She's looking at Sada. Okay, so bringing someone through. I guess you're approved. It's lovely to see you.
Yes, Sada, this is the dearest little Tammy, Sphinx of this temple. She's
Sadar
kind
is
of
bowing
adorable.
wide and low to her, like her body sinks
Kind of
down.
Adorable.
And she's like, yes, worship me, exalt my presence.
Mhm.
And it's very nice to meet you as well, Talal.
Yeah, Talal, give me my hat back. Here,
Yes, here.
here, do the thing so you don't be that no more.
Yes, and he will disenchant himself and give you back your hat. And she just sort of waves a paw casually in a circle and goes, right, okay, lead your train of horrors out through that time way. Although you better get them started through there, and then you've got to go that way, most of you.
Okay. All right, Builder,
Oh,
you're gonna go
wait.
that way, all right? Follow the priestess.
Map.
How's this gonna work? Because I think when I'm holding concentration on this spell right now. If we get separated by time, will that mess him up?
I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I'm going to take care of another couple of things because this is wrong. She's pointing at you, Cassie. Cassie, she points at you as she says, this is wrong.
What?
You suddenly surge. You gain back 5 years.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for your clothing, but
Yes, it is very tight.
yep.
Oh, can I have my brooch back,
You do
by
have
the way?
magic
You aren't
gloves?
using it right now, right? Can I have my brooch back? Oh, my Trixie back.
Why was that wrong? She came in with that.
I'm pretty sure because she was aged down by someone.
I have an innate sense of how things should be. Thank you. Innate sense of how things should be.
Why didn't you fix it on the way in?
Mm.
We
Didn't need to
lose
be at
more
that time.
time in the past where we were too. Remember?
I don't understand.
She
Go
lost a
ahead.
little. She de-aged a bit when we were in the Feywild, remember?
And
Several times.
a bit for you, and a bit for you. Everyone that lost age through the Fey Waters, you're going to gain back at least 3 years if you lost that many.
What about somebody who gained 120?
Yeah, you're going to lose 70 of those.
Okay. Uh-oh.
You know, you TH.
I
Back home
actually
already.
de-aged at that point. God damn it.
That's funny. All right.
Ooh, I'm slightly younger than I started.
And it for you as well, Day, but you'd never know.
Nope.
Would you get like?
It was nearly like 2. Oh no, you did the time thing.
Would it change how he looks?
Not really.
Well, actually, I'm gonna kind of look at Telday now. Telday really doesn't look that much worn out after he got.
Well, that was very
Perfect
nice,
up.
whatever that was.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, great Tammy. Bow.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
More
anything that
dates.
we can do?
Yes.
More dates.
More
I'm
dates.
going to bring you future cookies next time I see you.
That sounds worrisome. Okay. So, if you look to stage left, this corridor shall take you to the Great Vault. There will be someone there to meet you. Don't worry. They're nice. Listen to them. And behave.
How? Badly or good?
Please, good.
Oh.
I don't
What
know.
if I
I'm not your
say
mum.
I'm gonna be good.
Just go through the corridor, would you?
Bye.
It has been good to see you.
Give me a hug. Bye.
Yeah, don't bring a great train of animals back through this time.
How many can I take out of the vault?
If there's animals in the vault, you leave them put.
Why?
It might be animals.
Okay, so these beasts don't exactly poop, but I don't want.
Number one, how do you define how many is a train? And two, no promises.
Don't try the words with me, okay?
We will take exactly what we are supposed to out of the vault.
Yeah, wisdom. Go for it.
And then more sun.
So that means everything, right?
Carrot goes in, sees tons of Fenix, goes, well, that's fate.
We're gonna find out they're my Fenix to begin with. Someone.
Listen,
Are you in
listen.
a hurry for us to leave?
Listen, I've got a date, okay? So
Do you have somebody behind this
Oh.
pillar over here? I think
You
there's somebody
do.
hiding behind this pillar, isn't there?
I can make you much younger, you know.
Yeah, and the threat would be that I would be adorable and sweet, and you.
Haya would love you.
Yeah, Haya loves me already.
Uh-huh.
She's a sweet daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Go away.
So you have a date
Go,
with Triamon?
go away.
Triamon, my
Go
daughter is a
away.
very sweet girl, and you would be cute with her.
Okay.
Eric is gonna
She's gonna hold out a paw, and
Gifted
I'm gonna start counting
away.
down the years.
Come on, Gifted.
I'm coming.
Gifton just stays there for a couple more.
Gifted gonna play chicken with the Sphinx here.
Right.
Gifton wants a confirmation that somebody's going on a date with her daughter.
My daughter needs a date.
You're playing chicken with the Sphinx, Gifton.
No, I'm going out of the room.
Leaves a note. I'm just saying.
You just be making work for yourself later.
Alright. Okay.
Poor Tammy. She used to put up with us so often, it sounds like.
She's actually going to
Tammy doesn't love us at all.
She's beckoning for Sadar and Denorin to remain behind.
Mhm.
They're not supposed to go. And someone needs to guide those blasted animals.
They've been given a flute.
The rest of you move down one of the corridors. Within a couple of turns, you've seen many textures and building styles while roving through these weird timeways, but most of them has been stonework of a variety. Leading to like some maybe bricking and so on. Some of the metal. Very sleek, smooth to the touch, shining silver. There are electronic lights above you, lighting it. However, you've seen electronic lights before, be it magical or like the old brand new sciences. They buzz. They're loud. These are silent as anything.
Huh.
And the light is not harsh on the eyes. It's just nice, pleasant. And
How
as
much ruby dust do you think that took?
quite a bit, I imagine. Raziel says, sort of looking up. He's treading his hand against the wall, just feeling it. And as you move through, you suddenly meet a set of doors without handles. There is a black, like, glassish square on the side of the doors. But otherwise, there's just a very faint line denoting where the doors are, and nothing else.
Well, she led us to a dead end. She must really hate us.
What's this puzzle door?
Maybe.
Eric's gonna walk up and knock on it.
See if there's a trap.
It clunks.
Hello?
When you say hello, the pad lights up. There is just a little lock symbol, and what looks like to be a sort of digital representation of a thumbprint. Not that you guys would know what digital is, but you can see looks like a thumbprint on it.
Do we know what thumbprints are?
Yeah, you know what we've known what thumbprints are for fucking eons. We just didn't know the particular applications of them.
Oh, we gotta go cut someone's finger off.
Well, I'm gonna try. Is it like thumb size or like hand sized?
It's thumb sized.
Try my thumb.
You press your thumb on it, and there is a brief light that flashes, which might be a little alarming. It sort of goes beneath your thumb. And you even feel a little heat, Carrick.
Right.
Before the little screen just shows the words in ancient Saharan. Please wait.
Can you leave my thumb on there?
Yeah,
you do.
Just leave your thumb.
You've got no reason. No, it's perfectly logical. I like it. In fact, take an inspiration, Carrick. You've made me laugh.
Leave that thumb on
regular?
there just in case.
Yeah, regular.
Okay.
All right, whatever you do, don't move. It's clearly a trap.
Well, it says please wait. So
I know it's got to be a trap. Don't move. If you move, something bad will happen to you.
I did not get a play in immediately.
Okay. After about 30 seconds, the doors suddenly slide open with a little whoosh sound, seeming to recess it into the walls.
To the door, by the way.
No, it's on the sort of framing.
Okay.
Done.
So say please wait. By the way.
It does not say please wait anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna move my thumb. Now.
Done.
I do not believe that Tammy would have set us up in that regard.
Looking at you with a somewhat amused look as you're yelling, "Run, Gifton!" Standing on the other side of the doorway is a drow woman. She stands fairly tall, a bit taller than average that you've seen. Not the giantess that Trayamon is, obviously, but just taller than average.
Is them height?
Yeah, around the same height. Wearing strange clothing. It's reminiscent of military garb, only far less flashy, far less flamboyant. It is just a very simple grey suit with coloured shoulder pads and what looks like to be a sort of patch on its arm that just shows a stylized sphinx over a sort of pyramid.
Close the door! Close the door!
Literally just find someone in a Sphinx Star Trek outfit.
Less Star Trek, more, but yeah, basically.
Okay.
Think more Enterprise era than anything else, but yes.
Oh no, this is the resolution to the temporal Cold War.
Yeah, we're going there now. Standing beside her is a woman that stands maybe about foot shoulder. Only there's a pair of ears that make up for that. Alarmingly fennec-like, actually. Only they're sort of bright red along with her hair, and there are 3 large bushy tails that come out from behind her as well. Unlike the drow, she has a far lighter skin, and she's just standing holding a clipboard as the drow speaks to you all.
Carrick,
Yes.
whatever eugenics program you're thinking of, no.
No idea what that word is.
That's a big word.
That's good that you don't. And we'll leave
It's not
it.
that big.
Ash knows what that word is.
I would think anybody in this party might know. 'Cause
let's
that might not
see.
be a word yet.
Not all of you are going to hear that in Barasian, as I think all of you consider that your native tongue. Yeah. And the drow woman, also in perfect, clear, modern-day Barasian, says, "Well, welcome. You've been expected for quite some time."
Ha!
Well,
Sometime.
thank you.
I get it. It's the Sphinx Temple joke.
Yes, I'm guessing
Right.
you're the ones that Tammy said wooed me.
A joke
here.
and also quite literal. It has been awaited for some time.
Oh,
I am Commander Safash.
Commander Savage.
This is Ensign Tria.
Tria, Savage, which is Drow, which is Kitsune.
Tria is
Ensign.
Kitsune.
Okay.
Ensign Kitsune.
Mhm.
Savash is the Drow commander.
Could you put those names somewhere?
I could indeed.
A pleasure to meet you both. Oh, I got Savage right.
Mhm.
I almost had
instead
Tria
of E.
right. I had an E in
Yeah.
it.
That's right. I did TREA.
I did TREIA.
Ah.
I was close, but I was there.
As you step into the room, you may feel some disorientation. We are going to treat that immediately with your permission.
What?
Why?
You are stepping into grounds that are post-awakening.
I have babies.
They will be, the pantheon you're carrying will be quite fine.
Pantheon.
Out of character. It
Word.
is very appropriate right now.
Pantheon.
As long as
Don't
the
make them
treatment
sick.
is safe for us.
And they will be as healthy as you are.
What are the effects of transversing that barrier?
Disorientation, dizziness at first. Colors will seem too bright for you, and then they will start to distort. You will have trouble breathing after about 10 minutes, and within the hour, your corporeal form will begin to unravel.
So probably a vise then.
Please.
Yes, that sounds like
The inoculation will last for a month,
Yes,
which is
if
going
it-
to be more than enough.
yes,
hope so.
gifted.
Are you all right, Gifton?
I'm fine. I don't have any existential dread.
Would you prefer one of us come through and treat you there?
Oh.
Ensign Tria, please step through and treat them. Step back rapidly, if you please. And the kitten
I'm
will...
giving Gifton a very polite nudge through.
Gifton, Tria is stepping straight up to you, and you are going to be the first one that receives... Unfortunately, hyperspray is the wrong word, because it's not quite as advanced as that. It's not a painless injection. But it is...
Panic injection.
It is a series of microneedles in a small array, so you do feel a very little thing against you. That is just placed against your arm, and there is a injection, which is you do feel. And then she she removes the cap, refills the file, puts a new cap on, and one by one she will treat you, including Dingle, who is unhappy about this as well. Might be acting it up dramatically because he knows he can get attention and love from it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting lots of attention.
Mummy wounded.
Where's Raziel? Okay.
Raziel's just fine. He's just rolling his eyes at you, Gifton.
Considering that it is vastly different from just standard
It's like I
injection
got
procedures.
bit by something. Look.
You remember when the man took the blood, but
Yeah.
imagine how much worse that is in comparison to now what this is.
Well, I didn't get to take the blood, to let him take my blood, remember? Because I was not. We figured it wouldn't work because I was human.
Didn't Lady
Lady Gentle took blood from me, and that hurt, and that
Yeah.
was really slow and took a lot of time
While everybody else is getting
because I had to
treated,
cut
I'm
my arm all the
Mhm.
way open.
gonna step through so that the ensign has a little bit less time out in that I'll take the hit of whatever it is at the beginning.
Yep. Anyone that steps through readily before she sort of can treat you, there is a phase into dizziness that starts to affect you the moment you step through.
She'll do the same thing just because she's further down the line anyways.
Yep. Colors are a bit bright. It does feel like the ground isn't flat, even though it is. But
You're experiencing perfect level, you just don't know it.
within a moment of that inoculation being given, things subside. You notice that when she treats Raziel, that weird clipboard she's holding beeps. She looks down at it, looks over at her commander, who goes, The crimes of breaking and attempted entry are waived for Raziel Mirasan for the time being.
Ha!
Wait. Oh, Mir. Never mind. I misheard that name. So.
Slight pat on the shoulder.
He scowls. Grand.
But out of character, I'm just imagining, and the criminal is temporarily not a criminal.
Breaking and entering. See, you did get pretty far.
I mean, I said attempted.
Our records
Oh.
indicate that he had to be chased out of the mid-levels. Thankfully, he did not see any sensitive information.
No.
Way to ruin my story. He sort of mumbles.
I didn't hear anything about what happened.
Obviously, this is a cover-up for your fantastical deeds.
Oh, yes, this was all my grand plan.
Wink.
Right.
How did you make one light turn off?
I don't. I literally just say wink.
Let's think he's got into the habit of covering an eye.
I bought an
I'm
eye
gonna take
patch. I
Raziel
just
by
flip
the
it
arm
down.
and lead him into the vault.
Right, before you gain entry to the fort, the commander goes, right, I am aware that you are here are of great importance. Normally, temporal accords state that, well, anyone from your timeline would not be granted access to higher degrees of technology. However, there is an exception written into the accords based on the importance of the awakening. So, you are going
Based
to...
on the whole we have to stop the end of the fucking world.
She smiles a bit and goes, something like that.
Something
You are...
about the stability of reality.
Yes. We have more than enough on our plate without disabling something of this major of a nature. You are going to see things you may not understand. You are going to see things that you should not share with those of your own time period. I cannot stress it enough. You'll be allowed to take items from here, but you must use utmost discretion, and please return them once the event is completed.
Uh-huh.
Archie will give a knowing nod of yes, okay.
Sounds familiar. Understandable.
Yes, minor protocols are indeed based on the old god's way of handling anomalous items.
God, are we about to find duplicates of some of those?
Is your existence timeless, or do you come from...
I'm quite
Another
mortal.
time.
I shall live and die happily serving in this career. And hope to enjoy my retirement now. However, you will find that there is a mixed timeline crew on the station at many points.
Intriguing.
Station?
She closes her eyes and goes, and this is why we don't normally deal with outsiders. Please ignore my statement there.
What? Oh, you're stationed here. I get it. Yeah, I'm a general.
Ah, yes, indeed, General. If you would please follow me, I will take you to the vault and, well, you can have your pickings.
All right. Luckily, I have a whole bag of holding ready just for this.
She looks almost amused by that as she's going to, with her ensign, start leading you down a corridor. It's not just stark metal in here. There are sort of there's these brightly lit panels on the walls that show like strange readouts of colours and words that aren't entirely clear to you.
Don't suppose you know what we're supposed to get.
I know of one item that you are definitely supposed to get.
Oh, good. Could you just make sure to drop that near us in a very obvious way? That'd be
I will
great.
be showing you it most definitely. In fact, it has become most important as you are on. And she actually holds her hand out for the pad the ensign carry, who hands it over. And she looks over it and goes, you are on Divergent Timeline 2B. You do not have Shaxon Motscala with you.
Ah, so
Wait, what was,
if we had him, then we would not be
what was
2B.
Divergent Timeline A and 1?
I am afraid I should not go into details on that. Needless to
I
say,
think we know what those are, Gifton.
Have we broke time already?
everyone's breaking
We've
time
done it.
constantly, Cassiopeia.
several times.
It is not.
Probably just a variant.
This is not just you. There is a preferred outcome and a general course that we try to keep things on. However, it does shift in tiny ways all the time.
Are you like? It sounds weird
They're
to
like
say, but are you like?
time guards.
Yeah, more like the Sphinx guards, but more.
Yeah, but they're like
proactive?
time guards. They like guard the city from crime.
Only for our local system's temporal field. We are a small organization.
Time guards.
I'm
That also
guessing
should be us
everything-
for-
We could write a book about time guards.
Probably shouldn't do that, Captain.
Why not? It'd be fun. It'd be fictional. I don't know anything about them.
Yes, indeed.
The concept of time guards,
They're gonna have very short skirts in my book.
and that concept is going to evolve into this organization.
Oh, and a
decades,
booming voice that
centuries into
talks
the
over them
future.
constantly, telling them what's going on, and then one of them repeats everything that the voice says.
That sounds.
How
Aren't you
much
just
does
making
he
a religion
just
at that
get
point?
correct? Out of curiosity.
What?
Did you just describe religion?
I haven't heard a booming voice yet.
That's what all
You
the-
make a booming voice.
I know, I make booming voices all the time. They're looking at their like metal boxes.
As you're walking through these corridors, not only do you see these panels on the walls showing readouts and so on, there's art. There's nice pictures showing just different locations and different points in time. There are emblems on the wall that will tell you that this is actually apparently called the Sphinx Observation Facility.
Are you spying upon?
It's the soft.
Spying? I wouldn't call us spies. Spying is intensive, takes a lot of work.
They're observers.
On a grander scale, yes.
Ah, you are voyeurs.
I suppose you could call us that, yes.
I am familiar with perverts.
You know, if my daughter Triamon and Tammy ever hook up, because I think it would be really sweet if they did.
She closes her eyes and goes, "The Great Sphinx has many dalliances."
I know. She had a date and she was kicking us out because she was going on a date.
I can tell you that your daughter, being part of the Fey Dominion, does have decent ties, and yes, they get along.
Oh, yay! I'm going to be a grandma.
That's
Many times, judging by the number of children you have.
strenuous.
No, it's actually
Having
not that hard to be a grandma
grandchild?
because you see somebody else has to do the pregnancy.
No, the get along part.
What?
Um,
Can't feel long.
I would like perception checks from everybody as you're walking along.
No.
Corvus is also looking for
I need to roll my roller
his
wheel.
tears.
One second. Positive numbers. Yes. This is important to me.
I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm. Only I had a familiar that could help me. I'm gonna roll wheel.
do I get anything else for
25.
the little helper guy?
It'll help. Oh,
Right.
do you have him on now?
Yeah.
Well, one you can see in color, Corvus, which is
yeah,
amazing.
I can see in color, I can see further.
Yeah, you can see into the ultraviolet spectrum.
Yeah.
Can he see
You
past 120 meters again?
Yes.
yes, he can. He has full normal vision distance.
Can he see why kids love the taste of
no one
Cinnamon
can.
Toast Crunch?
Impossible.
And there's squirrels in every light.
Apart from like you can see like a lot of these readouts are giving off like a sort of ambient energy. You think this might be like indicative of power or something, Corvus?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see the stuff doesn't mean you understand what it is.
A magical current.
You don't know if it's magical current.
Magical.
Well,
Yeah.
again, his ley line. That's a thing in
Yeah.
our his ley
But
line
you do
connectivity.
not see any of your points at all.
Ley lines.
for those of you that rolled above, well, actually, that's all of you, because Gifton, that's a 25, right?
25.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Alright, everyone will see this. There's a few like doorways and so on as you're going about. This isn't just a long corridor of nothing. This is passed by some toilets. Apparently, that corridor leads off to the cafeteria. And you pass.
Oh my god, toilets would look so weird to us.
Oh yeah, they would actually.
Basins of water.
Actually, you know what you see? No, what you do see is just a door labeled bathroom.
Where's the moon?
Obviously, that's where they take a bath.
Bathroom.
Ooh, I want to take a bath.
You want to take a bath?
Yeah,
I suppose I could
at the bathroom.
take you to the shower facilities on beat. No, that let's say, what do they call them back then? And Tria looks at her data pad and just goes, the loo, ma'am.
Why would anyone take a bath in the loo?
Bathroom is a parlance. It's what we call a room that has a toilet in it.
So a loo.
But wouldn't that be the room that has the bath in it, though?
I don't want to explain to you many hundreds of years of language drift.
You want to keep where you want to keep where you bathe and where you want to have your bodily functions
separate, yes, which is why showers are on B deck. That is where you go if you want to pee or
shower.
Is it not a bathroom?
I know that's when the rain comes down.
It's a magically captured indoor rain that cleans you.
I need to do this.
Great water.
I am introducing context to you that you are not prepared for.
I don't need to do anything else here. I need to go. What's a B deck?
A lower floor.
I believe it is where they keep the small insects that make honey.
Oh, I want to go there and have the indoor rain.
While you're having this conversation,
Stopping the end of the world, please.
what you will see in what looks like to be
Time is immemorial.
a conference room is a large sign that shows this
meeting room.
Yep, that shows this this Sphinx emblem. But beneath it is observing and enforcing the temporal accords as agreed upon by the United Kingdoms of Lariel, the Deific Union, the New Tulian Nation, the Fey Dominion, and the Northern Free Nation.
I recognize Fey and Tulian.
Then there's going to be a picture beside it that says no giftins.
There you go.
Too bad for you, I can't read.
Wait,
Deific Union?
have we had the comment about Laurel being our continent?
Gifton at the very least is aware of that.
I think that's referring to gods.
L'Oreal is what Barassian continent used to be called, and Deific, yes, that is gods.
The gods have formed their own.
They have a
their own union.
Yeah.
Oh no! I
Who
hope
do they
gods
strike against?
everyone all the time.
The Dreamer.
Northern Free.
This is gonna squint. That doesn't make any sense. Loril went away a long time ago.
What? What are you talking about?
Loril is what they used to call Barras before Lalasil died.
No, L'Oreal is what they used to call the entire landmass, and as your people took so long to figure out, hey, we don't just call it Barras, or we don't call it Noran, there came a point once the kingdoms united that you agreed to call it by its old name, and
I thank you for explaining.
You're doing
that,
the thing, Dan, aren't you?
I am not trained to
handle Fae in
This is
their
an intriguing
dominion.
concept.
handle visitors that shouldn't be privy to information.
Oh,
Well, you're plastering it all over your facility.
Because we don't let people in like this.
Yes, we're not
What are
supposed to
these?
be here right
These
now,
have
Corvus.
like little
We're
bright
special
caps
case.
on them.
What are you looking at?
I'm gonna go over to the whiteboard and start playing with the markers.
Oh,
How
yeah.
sure are you that we should not know any of this? And that is
Oh, this
not
makes an
useful
awful noise
in
when you do
obtaining
that.
the goals.
She's just watching you do on the whiteboard and she's listening to Tell Day and she goes, as sure as I am of your ability to not spread any of this information, which is now very, very low.
This is mine now.
We have that effect.
She just grab one of the markers.
That's my mark.
You know, she's not going to stop you because that is one of the more harmless things you can be taking from this facility at this point. So,
Shall
I
we
have
continue?
a red marker.
Yes. We.
God, that smells awful.
Smell it.
yes, do
No.
not,
It's a dry erase marker.
do not, do not
I'm gonna-
smell the
I'm gonna
markers.
shove it right up to Corvus's nose so he gets a red
Ah.
mark.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
Stop it.
Wait, which color did she grab?
Red.
Red.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the real good ones.
Dry erase markers have smells.
Yeah, but they
They-
don't smell terrible. Not compared to
They're
like
not-
permanent markers.
They're not a.
Yeah, not
Magnum
compared to
Sharpie.
permanent. No, yeah.
Look,
But
when I
again,
paint my
this
nails.
is a new smell, so it's a weird smell.
Wait, does this come off?
It better, as he's rubbing his nose.
If you
Uh-oh.
use some isopropyl alcohol, it will come right off.
What's
You
I
know
saw
what
it.
magic that is meant to do cleaning.
Prestidigitation, got it.
Got it.
Digitation, Corvus.
Your spell work may not work here, just so you're aware.
Did my spell work or no?
No.
Okay.
uh oh?
Intriguing.
Okay.
Uh
Uh-oh.
Magic don't work.
Are you
I did.
still here
Ma-
at this
Hold it by
time?
that.
Many magic work. Many magic. That's terrible grammar.
Sorry.
Much in the way of magic
Thorns.
works just fine. However, spontaneous spell work can be difficult for pre-awakening natives here.
So
Much-
it's reverted back to ritualistic.
No, it's just the inherent laws of how magic works are incompatible.
But my ring still works.
Yes,
My bag of holding still works.
yes. The ambient charge they carry should last for a good few days before it fades.
Fades?
Let's not be here for more.
Oh no,
than
Telday,
that.
you're gonna die. We gotta go quick.
It has been a long run.
My arm may explode.
Frankly, if I have you here for more than a few hours, something has gone wrong, so I wouldn't worry.
We are good at making things go wrong.
We have that effect on people.
But
As I have read.
But let's continue so we don't risk that.
You are actually led to a large doorway. Looks like it's a sort of double door. I'm not going to use the word holodecks because that would be infringing on another copyright. But it's a large double door.
It's the danger room.
Which the commander seems to key in a very specific code to it, places her palm on a much larger reading pad.
who is your general?
General? We don't have a general here.
That's your commander, so you have to report to somebody?
I report to a civilian oversight government.
Intriguing. How were they chosen?
Very carefully, and her face sours a little bit. Let's not go into the politics of my time. Probably won't enjoy
I
it.
prefer not to go into politics at all.
Oh no, not fakes it.
She hits a confirmation button on the keypad. The large double doors open up into a room that has it is quite big. It's very reminiscent of the Fault of the Gods, only far more high tech. There are suspended in midair, seemingly no casings or cages around them. Some on plimps, some on smaller, wider bases. Just various objects in the room. The room goes quite deep, quite wide. It's supported by pillars. Apparently, whatever strange technology used to build the facilities still requires actual structure. There are a series of metal pillars that help hold up the ceiling in here. And as the door opens, you see lights just starting to come on in the room. And she gestures with her arms and goes, the ensign will oversee you. I'm afraid that I must be going myself. Your
Bye.
existence here and outside of your own time is causing some minor fluctuations that I should monitor.
Okay. Gifton's gonna start pushing buttons on the keypad that she just used.
Um,
So she's
y-
really curious about
You're
this.
just hearing a bunch of.
Gifton's trying to make music with it.
Okay. She just looks.
Make music with anything.
She just looks at the kitsune and just goes, "Ensign, if it causes any problems, call me security." And she's gonna wander off.
RG, Captain, do you remember how you had to stop me from touching things sometimes? Stop touching that.
It's neat.
I've not seen people.
Everything in that room is managed and dangerous. Everything outside of the room isn't, so I'm safe to play with this.
I mean, we're outside the room.
They literally didn't.
I'm not dangerous.
Tria sort of touches her data pad to her chest with one arm and just gestures with her other arm. Please, if you all come in.
Yes.
Corvus enters.
Are there many others of your type?
Of my type?
Yes, I have not met anyone of your form.
Oh, my race. Yes.
Yes.
Quite a few of us. More now than there was
tails.
back then for you, I think. Oh, thank you. I take good care of them.
I would love to learn more about you.
Well, I'm from the Deific Union, Tamari's land to be specific.
What's
No.
the ethic reunion?
Well, so a bunch of the gods, after the creation of the free lands, their countries decided that faith was important and they should sort of unify in the face of waning faith. Yes.
So is it like Talon and Tamari and all of them?
There's a couple of them, yeah.
Oh.
I think there are 25 members of the Deific Union.
Wow.
Wait, how
Looks like some gods are having children.
Oh well, it's not all based on the gods. It's also lands represented of those gods as well. But yes, quite a few gods are represented in it.
We kind of have been told what happens if
A god dies.
yes.
Dies,
So-
air quotes. Corvus is actually just starting to look around.
Is there? I am guessing anything dangerous to be touched will not let us touch it.
Things are marked.
I'm gonna look at
Oh.
the thing nearest to me and see if I recognize any marks on the whatever is marked.
Well, it was awing from Gifton.
Githa's fishing in her bag, and she's gonna pull out a very familiar leaf to Corvus from a long time ago.
Why do you have that?
I held on to it, but it probably won't work, right? Because you already used it.
Yes.
Oh,
Give it that go. Go straight
You want to use it, Gifton?
oh yeah. I guess I'm gonna try and use it.
Okay, Gifton. It drops from your hand, and because it is an object, it still retains some of its magical property. It is going to start gliding around. And do you want to follow it?
Yep, I'm gonna go follow it. You guys go look at stuff.
Right, you're doing that. Character
Can
looking at.
someone go with her?
Yeah, I'll go with her just in case, and RG will follow suit.
Character looking at the
No,
closest
I don't
object.
want a babysitter. Go away.
Corvus
I
wants to
gotta
look around in general, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay, Corvus looking around in general. Please give me a perception check. Carrick, you are going to see the closest item, which on my list is Carrick. There is a little stasis field that is holding up what looks like it is just a pouch, sort of. Wow. It's about a bit bigger than a coin purse, but it's made of a material I'm unfamiliar with, and it seems to be held closed, but you can't see any obvious button or such on it. Like, it's nothing that would clasp it closed.
Is there anything? Because they said that things were marked. I'm gonna look to see if I can see any markings or anything.
You can look over it, and the sort of screen that the do not assist has to be woken up, which Tria will show you how you do it. Literally, you just press a finger to it, any finger, and it will display information. And what you get is a readout of gibberish as it explains what timeline it is from, when it was found, both relative time and, it lists a few different dates. It basically explains that this is a pouch of synthetic material not suited for the era, held here both for its research purposes, for being a out-of-timeline object primarily, and kept from traveling through because it was introduced synthetic materials, and importantly, the discovery of Velcro before its time.
Wow.
Does it have anything showing
material.
that's how dangerous? I'm trying to figure out if we could easily tell how dangerous something is by looking.
There are no markings denoting its danger, and True will actually explain to you that means it's not dangerous at all. They have a grading system. Yellow should be handled with caution. Red should be considered a weapon, and can bring up information on actual handling care on it.
Okay. Good. That way we don't accidentally do something. Thank you very much. And Carrick should just start looking through stuff and see if anything stands out. Actually, he's gonna go. Devas said there was something that we need to take.
Drea will nod. Yes, of course. This way, please.
Carrick will follow her.
All right. Let's follow her. Corvus. Corvus is dead.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
With that perception check, you'll be able to pick out a lot of things. There are a lot of weird glows in here. What does Corvus decide to find? What's his focus? Utility, weaponry, or just plain curiosity? What is Corvus's MO here?
Curiosity is his primary drive for things, but he's also sort of leaning towards that whole outside the dreamer reality, the Azoth, the extra dimensional mind fuck that is Eldritch.
He's looking for something really sci-fi.
Now,
But biological sci-fi or mechanical sci-fi?
Or just
in that case, I think what it is, Corvus is looking for something he doesn't understand at a glance.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In that case, what you are gonna find? Oh, actually, I know what I'm going to give you with that perception. Mainly because it catches your eye immediately. Corvus. There is a suspension field holding a few different items here. The readout will explain that this was taken from a, air quote, temporal superfan who wanted to experience things they had seen firsthand. Essentially a time tourist.
Wow.
There is a collapsible tent in here made of materials unfamiliar to you. There is a strange little metal box floating in this thing, would fit in the palm of your hand. It's very flat. Looks like there's a sort of little line at the top that looks like it could flip open a lid on a hinge. Various other little bits of clothing of material unfamiliar to you. Wide brim hat with corks hanging from it, and a poster. This sheet of material that is unfurled on display. That there it is. The poster is of a very buxom, blonde-haired centaur in heavy makeup, holding a rapier crackling with lightning, and a red-haired, chiseled-featured, well-muscled man in a fancy suit, wearing black tinted glasses and holding a pistol with a silencer on it. Darkness and lightning free, Trail of the Azoth is emblazoned across it. And beneath each of the characters, it has starring Kelly Anderson as Cassiopeia Stillhoof, and Morlando Jaeger as Corvin Adalas.
Tell me Corvin's spelled with a K.
So
It's not spelled with a K.
Corvus is at first kind of looking at it and like trying to get a sense of it, then gets to the poster, and from his experience with the bard and telling the tales of the party and how things get,
You can sort of understand how things get warped, yeah. You've no idea what the fuck this is.
He then is like, why is this in here?
Hmm?
This.
She's a little far away from you. She's going to sort of hurry on over. And she goes, well, that lighter there, it's a portable way to make fire. It's a little beyond what you should have on non-magical means right now. The various materials in the clothing and the clothing style could destabilize fashion, which actually has rather large ramifications if you look into how fashion affects things. The poster, well, he had it on him, and it's part of his stuff, so it's in the field with his stuff.
Corvus is just deadpan looking at her.
It was just with the stuff, shifty eyes.
No, he's actually just kind of like miffed that things like this are categorized in this manner.
You know, some of you are part of really popular plays.
Still, plays.
And that makes it dangerous.
Oh no, this isn't dangerous at all. She taps the button and shows no danger indicator.
Corvus moves on.
She's gonna rush back over to Carrick, but first we're going to go to Gifton as RG and Gifton. The leaf has led you somewhere. Gifton, it's taking you to a plinth that there's a lot of like strange rectangular devices in here. Some have buttons on them, some just seem to have like black glass on them. This one in particular has a device that is a small box. Seems to have a little sort of circular button and one of these screens on it. And there is a wire coming from it that leads to a like pair of oddly shaped things, almost like a stethoscope.
I take this.
You take it without pressing the button to explain what it is. You just go reach and grab it.
Archie's gonna hit the button.
Okay, so as Gifton removes it from the suspension field, RG, you can read that this is a MP3 player. Has about 47% battery left on last check. Carries roughly 785 songs. And a pair of earbuds that go along with it.
I'm gonna pick the leaf back up. And I'm gonna put it away after I think it, and then I'm gonna hold it to RG and go, "Look at what I got."
Archie's just gonna let him go. Can I try the leaf?
Oh yeah, I'll do leaf. Have it back though. It's friends.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold it for a second, then release it and see what happens.
RG, what's your desire? What is your heart's desire? I didn't ask Sam because I cheated and went Gifton wants music.
I think at this point it's still she wants something neat to give Marissa.
Or something neat to give Marissa. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, let me check my listy.
You get a fidget spinner.
You're gonna get vape.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, RG. You are led by the leaf. Following the leaf. Don't know if anyone goes with you.
I go with you. Came with me. I go with you.
Yeah.
RG, what you are led to is a satchel bag. That is sort of, again, unfamiliar material. Has a nice metal zipper on it. and outside of it are examples of some of the items contained within. There are what you would know in the modern, player would know in the modern day
K-bag.
as zip ties,
Oh.
handcuffs, rope,
Oh my.
and then assorted other items that could be construed as a kidnapping attempt set. But on closer examination, some might think as, someone wanted to go back to the good Saharan times.
We found the hardy bag.
Yes.
Hey,
Taking the
Raz,
hardy
you should come
bag.
try the leaf.
What's that? Trust, fame, wiles, and magic?
Yeah. Look at what I got.
It's a cube.
Yeah. Cool, right?
Do you know what it does?
No.
Oh, very cool.
It said something about songs and battery.
MP3.
And something about like 700 songs?
On the back of the object gifted are the letters that spell out the word soon, you think?
Oh god.
Soon. And play. I hit play.
Okay. Immediately, Gifton, you can hear coming from like the little wire that's dangling from it, like the little things at the end.
Oh, it's really faint.
Sound.
It's really faint. Why is it so faint? I'm bring it close to my ear.
Okay, as you bring those closer to your ears, it grows louder, more clear.
Is she bringing the headphones closer or the device closer?
I'm bringing the part where I can hear the sound
Yeah.
closer.
Okay.
It becomes clearer the closer it's come to your ears.
Yeah.
And it's unlike anything you've ever heard. There are sounds that you've never heard any instrument make. The beat and tempo is just like nothing you've ever experienced style-wise.
It's making high-pitched, excited noises.
As you lift and listen to some good old craft work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an experience.
Mm-hmm. Having a musical awakening right now.
Everyone else that's on the same journey with the ensign, you are taken to a large device. It is set onto nearly the ground. Like there's a slight raise there. You can see like there's some sort of field that's been installed here. But otherwise, this is a large device that takes up nearly floor to ceiling. It is like a small tower. In fact, its shape is uncannily lighthouse-like. It's made of metal. And it has some rings that orbit around it, apparently with no support. And the ensign just taps the little display unit nearby to bring up information about it, even as she starts to explain. This is an example of one of the more modern incarnations of the pillars of support. The things that, stabilize the heavens. It also does contain backdated schematics of each prior incarnation. The original designer for this was one Jackson Rothscaler. But this is now from a defunct timeline, but is still relatively important to exist, and it was decided that his design was quite precise. Letting someone else come up with it's risky.
In other words, in his current mind, he will not be able to reproduce this exact one.
And she shakes her head. No, and while I imagine that some of the minds in your era could come up with something comparable, it's deemed that this breaking of the Accords is worth it to make sure.
We don't know if we have enough time.
Exactly. Of course, we will show you how to dismantle this to get a proper look, and how to fabricate out of era-appropriate materials.
I was just say this looks rather large to move on its own.
Yes. Although
That would be appreciated.
easy enough to do with other devices. We could loan you a grav cart to move it. We're rather wanting to make sure that stabilization happens.
Understandable. I'm guessing it is a major point leading to the awakening.
Yes, unfortunately, we only have the one, and you will need more than that.
Well, if it has the schematics of the original, that should have the appropriate what's the word I'm thinking? Construction list that we'd be able to use with what's available in our time.
Yes, there has been some debate on where this should go. A couple of the heavens in your time are going to be substantially weaker than the others. This will bolster far greater than anything you'll be able to fabricate yourselves.
Are we allowed to know which ones are the weakest? Or is that something we have to find ourselves?
Let's see. You're preparing for the preparation of Hevos, yes?
Say that again. I don't think
Hevos will be fine. That's your plan, yes? You're planning to make sure he's not injured?
Yes, to make sure that...
In that case, Morgani's Heaven will be one of the most harshly hurt, and Miritis will not be doing too great either.
So those two need the strongest supports we can do.
Is there much left to Morgani's at this time?
Oh, yes, Morgani's Heaven does recover. Oh, wait, in your time?
Both are reasonable.
In your time, it's not good.
I am guessing the heaven itself is there, but there's not much left in it.
She actually looks a little awkward as she looks down at her datapad and goes, I'm not sure you want to hear the details.
I believe we may need to.
She is... Did you have an understanding of why your hell exists?
Do we? Out of character.
I cannot confirm that we understand, only that we have been told things.
Before it was abolished, it was used as a energy generator through suffering.
So she turned her heaven into a hell.
And
so,
and she was not of sound mind to see that as immoral, I suppose, and did likewise.
So there are still those up there.
Some, I believe at the point you're at now, quite a lot have been consumed, but yes.
Thank you.
She just nods awkwardly.
So we are here for this lighthouse beacon thing.
Yes, and anything else you feel might assist you.
How much time are we allowed to look around this place?
Please tell me if you start to experience any symptoms. It's your time.
Well, Savash did mention our magic will last a couple days, so I think that might be the extent with our ability to move things easily without us having to take too much assistance.
In that case, please take your time looking around. I'll be standing by the door. I will arrange you quarters.
Thank you.
She just nods and starts tapping away on her datapad.
I'm going to start looking a little closer over this thing. Is this because I was looking over Shax's notes when
Mhm.
we found the thing. Was there, and I've got Keen Mind still. Is there any of this that I got from those like that would lead to something like this?
The general shape of it is familiar.
Okay.
It feels like a sort of modernized blending between the lighthouse of the Feywild and well, frankly, the Fey pylons of Hexenreich.
Okay.
But without seeing how it runs,
Works. Yeah.
because all you can see is really smooth surfacing and these orbiting rings.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to pull it apart to see just how close.
On the plus side, sounds like we are going to be doing that.
Anyone else that wants to, you may look around the room. I would like either perception or investigation checks. You will get different results depending on what you pick.
Cass is just going to look around, so I'm doing perception.
I'm looking around because I don't know how to investigate.
Investigate.
I'm going to investigate. Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
there we go. That's
Well,
there's the
Telltale
one.
found everything.
There's the one that can potentially break things for me. Okay, right. Ow.
Why are you surprised?
Yeah. Okay, so first up, we'll start from the bottom. Cassie,
Yes.
that fucking poster. You will lay eyes on that poster as well.
Blonde-haired Cassie with a rapier,
Big ol' rack.
side by side with Corvin Adderlass.
No, she's
Got
staring
your
at the
name
name,
wrong.
twitching.
They got
You got a name wrong.
Oh, they didn't get. They got both our names right.
Yep, they
didn't
did. It's Corvin
Yeah.
and Steelhoof.
No, both of her names.
No,
I thought
it's
it was K with Cassiopeia with a K.
no. Someone was
No,
asking
that
whether
was
Corvin
Corvin.
had a K, and I said no.
I was saying Corvin with a K.
No, it's Cassiopeia Steelhoof.
I am not a goddamn steelhoof.
What? I can't hear you over this loud beatbox.
No.
Oh no, it's going faster.
Steelhoof. They're a bunch of bloody morons.
It's possessed. I'm gonna put it away.
Okay, so what we're
Cass is
gonna
going to sit
do?
there and rant loudly.
What I'm gonna do is I am going to roll randomly on this list for some of these rolls. Wait, fuck! How many do I have?
You have all of us.
Yeah, no. I mean, how many items do I have? Right.
200.
RG, first up for you. Yeah, we'll get that one done. There is a assortment of items once again. It appears to be a sort of set of like 10 brownish colored garb. It's in this like really scattered array pattern. You don't see any sense of style in it. In modern terms, this is camouflage. You are looking at some 10 military camouflage here. There is a sort of weird bucket helmet that goes along with it. There are little sealed containers that are labeled MRE. And there is a large tub listed as caffeine pills.
Oh, not
Give those to
Well,
Gifton.
we found what to give Gifton's children.
not the German chocolates.
Not the German chocolates, no.
Who's
I just
Mr.
think I gotta-
E?
Cock her head at it a bit, and then like when go. I don't see how that's useful at all.
Uh-huh.
Then just she's just gonna continue looking at stuff.
People in the future like junk.
Basically, I'm going to give you guys the entire list with these rolls, but I'm giving everyone an thing to look at. Gifty.
Mhm.
We are going to show you. Yeah, we'll show you that. Gifton. There is a pair of actually no, that's going to be with the military stuff. Yeah, RG, the military stuff also had a pair of like glasses that were heavily tinted and had like some leather built around to hug the face. Cool Captain O'Neill sunglasses. What Gifton is?
Actually, we'll actually take those and just put them on to see what they look like.
You
Inside.
feel pretty cool.
Yeah, she's just gonna walk off wearing them.
Gifton,
+1.
you see a small grey, like little carry case. It's really oddly shaped. Like it's got really harsh angles and so on. It's made of a material you don't recognize. Like something kind of
Really?
matte. And it has what looks like to be a piece of paper stuck on it with like really, like you've never seen colors affixed to paper so well. Like it's better than any painting you've ever seen. It seems to show some great big bolt of metal firing cannons, and it's labeled battleship.
I need this.
Okay, Gifton's taking the travel battleship set. All pieces and rules included.
It's a battleship model?
No, it's not a model.
It's literally, you know the game Battleship.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
It's literally the travel version of that.
Oh my
Thomas, you are way loud.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
This is normal to me, so I don't know.
He was peeking a little bit at that moment for me.
A little bit.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, he was blowing out his input a bit, but yeah.
I am taking my battleship and I am
I'll say
showing
that's
it to Raziel. And I go, I'm ready for war.
Might be some kind of training set.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it might help.
I'm assuming Raziel's finding something interesting.
Yes, Raziel will get a thing.
He found porn.
Has he just been vaguely disappointed at everything he's seen here so far?
Yeah, and he tried to break into this place.
He spent thousands of years trying to break into here. That's heartbreaking for him.
What he finds is the freaking grappling hook that he dropped on his escape. And he's just going to look very dourly at it.
Is he going to take it back?
He is going to take it back.
Fucking mine.
Yeah. He's going to return it to Gifton. Gifton?
Yeah.
This was yours?
Oh, here, you can have this. If you hit the button on it, noises come out the little wiry bits.
Yeah, no, what? He's actually going to be entranced by this.
Give him the MP3.
Yeah, he does. He does come from Loris's line, so
we're gonna sit there and he's gonna listen to music, and I'm gonna be like, yeah.
you're gonna do the teenage couple thing of one earphone in each ear.
Yeah. We're gonna sit there. Ooh.
We're
We're distracted.
Carrick,
Yes.
what you're gonna find is a small bipedal fennec-like creature. It's got like, you've seen those blank plate keypads, that sort of black glossy look. It's got eyes that seem to be made of that material, and it appears to just be like unconscious or even dead, just hovering in this field.
I'm pushing the pad.
Okay.
Maybe a little more sidely than I should.
Okay.
He's pulling it out.
Oh no.
It is mine now.
All right. So this lists this as a BEP unit. Found wandering the time ways on its own. Is listed as a assistant droid from a future timeline. In air quotes, it has generally helpful. It does have a yellow risk rating.
I'm gonna try to get. Why am I suddenly trying to blank on how I pronounce her name?
Tria?
Tria's attention.
You wave a bit. You have to actually end up hollering, but she.
Might be a racially offensive item that you're about to show her.
She.
Okay, good.
There's no generic tag, no. She sort of hurries on over to you and goes, yes?
How is this marked yellow?
Oh, it's a little accident prone, but I think it's very cute.
I'm guessing this is not okay to take with us.
Kind of your prerogative, as long as you keep it hidden.
You said it's accident prone. That sounds like it has its own control.
Oh, yes, it's a autonomous AI unit. I'm sorry, it thinks. Like
Droid.
you know what a familiar is, yes?
Yes, I have one.
It's a non-magical version of that.
So Saxon's little spider.
Like no, awful magically created. This is hard to explain. We figure out
Saxon's spider.
Yeah, I should say Shaxton had some
that's
little clockwork
there's
animals.
artifice still requires magic.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
but it's the mechanical.
Actually, I do. I actually have the mechanical dog. It has its technology, but technological advance. But I'm guessing. At home, I have a little mechanical dog that can move. I don't think it's magical. You have to like
Yes,
wind it
think
up.
like that, and just think creating something like Telday or the. Do you have the exo composite? No. Without magic, it's just science gets. Yes, it's
Unbeknownst to us, we do have one of those. I think. Isn't that the thing that Telday has in him that we don't know about? Is that an exocomp?
That's not an exocomp.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Exocomps are little floaty things.
Yeah, those are from Star Trek.
She struggling to explain this, but she just sort of lets her arms fall and goes, "Yes, it can think. It's just not the brightest bulb. You don't have light bulbs yet, do you? You do have light bulbs.
I have a marker.
Do we act? Do we don't have?
We don't have light bulbs. We
Actually,
have.
no. I know what a bulb is.
I have continual light spells that I cast on everything. That's why I'm just entranced by the light. That's why I'm like, wow, this guy's so much ruby dust.
Oh, my brain just like a plant that gives off light.
This is really hard. Yes, something like that. It's an expression meaning that it's not clever.
I'm getting down with the sickness.
That?
We're getting down with the sickness.
What?
Do you think it's better to leave that here?
She just shrugs and goes, I don't know.
Well, Carrick's gonna like pick it up.
It's a person.
Carrick, it's fucking heavy.
Yeah, Carrick's a dragon though.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you don't feel it. Like, you might be able to note it, but it doesn't really affect you.
I'm a dragon with two different.
I know how strong you are, yes.
So, but I'm good.
You can still physically feel the weight of things.
Yeah. Hello. I'm gonna try talking.
It does not respond. Want to shake it a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit. Let's try to wake it up.
You shake it, and that does actually wake it up. And that's where we're going to end this campaign.
No.
But we're going to move on as Carrick is shaking to wake this up.
Okay.
We're going to do Corvus yet next because Telday's rather important and game breaking. Corvus.
I got a natural 22.
Yeah, but yours isn't a 51.
That's stupid Telday. So
that's stupid Telday.
Corvus. You're gonna find a small selection of things. There is, yeah, there is a display here. That is marked red, danger. Which shows a burned uniform that kind of looks like the one the station staff are wearing. Only it's a lot more sleeker. Like, there's less station staff still have like obvious sewing on their material. This has like no signs of joins or anything. It's just one sleek piece of cloth, only burnt. There is a like suit of armor that appears to be folded up and compressed somewhat, but you can still make out like the obvious signs of Greaves' helmet that has some of the classic Sphinx Guard stylings, but is way more advanced. There is a strange, you think maybe a gun of some sort, only it doesn't have the usual pistol grip. It's just one long object, pistol sized. A sheathed sword with it, and what looks like to be a grey box with a green bordered white cross on it.
Corvus gonna hit the little info
Okay.
panel.
This will explain that this was the armament of a alternative timeline incursion carried by what they assume was a different timeline branch of their organization. However, this was a representative of a timeline where the Tudian Empire had survived and was aware of other timelines that are all the same, and was trying to make sure that their timeline was the one that was dominant.
Oh.
The incursion was defeated, and these were the only things they could retrieve as the various bodies and pieces of armament destabilized timeline-wise and vanished. They have been secured, they have been stabilized, and they are kept under lock and key here. The little box is a medical kit. The strange little firearm is listed as a phase pistol. There is a monomolecular edged sword, a Sphinx Initiative uniform, and a set of Mark V battle armor.
Yeah, Corvus will acquire said items.
Okay, right.
Corvus will take the lot.
All right, you're putting them out. That battle armor folded up, fucking heavy once again.
No one knows what it's like.
And then Telday. So first, what you find, Telday, is you are going to find a small plinth that has a box on it that contains 10 small black and gold devices that look like they flip open. Alongside it is a book that seems to list the words and common phrases translating from Ancient Tudian to Barassian, Noranian, and Lacidian. There is also no, that's all we're putting in there. Yeah. These.
Okay.
So you see these, and then there's something that's nagging at you as you're sort of looking around, and you look at the pillars supporting the ceiling. You count them. You count their opposites, and something nags at your brain. And you got to do it again. And then your little buddy in your head, very quiet these days, pipes up, "Sir?"
I have been wondering if you would be here.
Your eyes keep drifting over that pillar, sir.
Oh
Which
no.
pillar?
This one, sir. And you just get a small little holographic readout briefly that just draws your attention. And now that your attention is drawn, there is a pillar out of place. There is no opposite for it. It is in between two pillars that are otherwise set at a normal distance. And your brain is trying to ignore it.
Please try to tell me as much as you can.
I cannot get much in the way of readings from it, sir. It's only the discrepancy of your vision that I was able to note.
I'm going to try to walk toward it.
You can.
All right. Can I get pretty much right up to it?
You can indeed.
So how far apart from the others is it?
I'd say the pillars, the other pillars in this room, they're about 20 feet apart most of the time. And this one is equidistant between two of those pillars.
Okay.
It's roughly at the Denmark.
Yep, so the pattern going 20, 20, 20 is suddenly broken by 10, 10, 20, 20, 20.
and being closer, do I see anything?
You can now make out the pillar itself. It seems once you become fixated on this, your vision stops trying to run off it. Your brain accepts that it is there, it is real. And there is a plaque mounted separately in front of this pillar.
I will try to read it.
Okay, you are able to read it. You bring it up, and it just splashes a display of temporal vessel used in a minor incursion, and that is it. There is no other readouts. There are no dates listed. There's no information at all. No safety ratings. Anything. It's almost as if whoever started filling out this report stopped.
Intriguing.
Maybe it's causing things to not want to look at it. Like, out of character.
Might be.
I am going to attempt to
Feywild transportation, Joe.
use the docent to cast detect magic.
The spell does not go off.
Functional here.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate, but not surprising. I am going to reach out.
Okay, you reach out. Do you want to push your hand against the pillar?
Lightly, yes.
Okay. The pillar opens.
We don't need no education.
And Telde, as this door opens, one thought hits your mind. Figure on the inside. That's where we're going to end this week's session.
I was like, there's something blending in or trying to blend in with the
You didn't account
systematic
for
doors.
anyone hitting a crit with that fucking check, did you?
I did not. Nope.
I have a BAP.
Oh.
Well, namely,
Bap.
I wasn't accounting for anybody hitting the incredibly high DC.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, you know I told you this is something that could break the game and it was hidden way behind something else?
Yeah.
Yeah!
We're going to decide that we don't want it anyways.
It's entirely possible.
I
Right.
want it.
Everybody take 3,000 experience points.
Yay, XP.
You can take your usual point of piety.
Yeah.
I think that's a boon for me.
And we will do this same time next week.
How many points of piety?
1.
1.
1.